Welcome everyone, welcome. Now it's been a while, but I'm back here with you guys for now, and welcome to another live stream. Here, I'm your host. Well, I'm a regular host, Levon, but I'll just be here for a while because Josh will eventually take over. But welcome once again, man, and interesting start to the World Cup. A lot of interesting action. But before we get right into it, I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Let's Care Medical and Let's Care Optical. Visit them at their 3 branches in Santa Cruz, Montego Bay, and Mandeville. As you can see, look how good that ads just look. So come on, man. Good morning, everybody, man. And without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Once again, we have Mr. Am with us again. Welcome, boss. Welcome.
Nothing much, Levon. Thanks for having me, and morning to the listeners and the viewers.
Respect, fam. And as always, we have Mr. Politician himself, who is smiling this man. It's just dump out per side. Ryan, welcome.
You know, never expected such a big victory, but it is what it is.
That is it, man. And people in the comment section, as a giant, just ensure that you like up the stream and do the right stuff. Do it, man. Do it. Get done. My day about same, man. Everybody in the comment section, big up on yourself. But let's just jump right into it. And we'll just start with the match that's just finished. I mean, there was a match yesterday, but we'll eventually talk about that. But let's just start with the match this morning. When you look at how England actually started this game, and even the starting lineup, a lot of people never expected Saka to start, but there was Southgate with a big call, started Saka. And you have some people that are making noise over Maguire starting. And I mean, if they have been following Southgate from whenever, even when this man wasn't playing for United, Southgate said that Maguire is his trusted defender. So Maguire was a sure starter. When you look at how England came out and they attack the Iran team, and I mean, you and I were talking backstage about it, and we said that if you look at Iran, they kind of play too open for a team that know that the dangers that England possess on the counter and all of those stuff. But England started off good, and once again, Jude Bellingham, class footballer, he has been absolutely brilliant this season. And I said it multiple times, Jude, along with Jamal, are easily in the top 10 best footballers this year in the world. But you look at England, starting 11, I know they started off the game. What you thought about it?
The starting 11 showed the intent, guys. England was going to take it right to Iran from the get-go. For the persons who were championing the case of Foden versus Saka, that was strange because we have spoken about this on the show a few times that Saka has done more for England than Foden. We know Foden's exploits in a Man City jersey, but playing for England, just like a Raheem Sterling, persons were calling for him not to start, but it was almost a banker that Sterling would have started along with Maguire because, as you just rightfully alluded, Levon, so he's one of those managers who sticks to the tried and proven, and berate him as we may, his results have stacked up. Made it to the semi-finals of the World Cup last time around, and the recently concluded European Championships last year. He got all the way to the finals and was close to actually winning it. So when you looked at the starting 11 quickly, it was one that was attacking because Bellingham, he was going to drive forward. Mount was in the 11 as well, another player who many persons have him as a divisive figure because he polarizes opinions because some persons rate him, some persons don't. But a series of managers, whether at club or international level, have always found favor with the Chelsea midfielder, and he found himself in the starting level. And Iran, it was difficult to see the tactics, guys, because Carlos Queiroz, you were going to play defensively. You're going to try to play on the counter attack. Yes, he was a bit uh, undermanned because Sarda Azmoun wasn't fit enough to start. So you'd have started with Taremi leading the line, but Golezade from Charlie Law, you figured he probably could have started on one wing and Jahan Bash on the other to give some help to Taremi when they won possession. That injury to Berenvad so early doors, guys. That was a very big issue because he is that goalkeeper who keeps the back four intact, and it was just a matter of time before England eventually scored. They were hammering on the door, and 35 minutes in, the game was still 0-0, but then it ended into an absolute rout. So I think England will take a lot of confidence. I think Iran has a lot of soul searching to do because I think this is a very deflated defeat so early in the tournament.
All right, Ryan, what do you thought about your side's performance?
Regarding, let me start with really starting 11 as well. It was the 11 I expected for the most part, except for Mount. I would have had Foden over Mount. The argument for Foden over Saka is ridiculous. Saka is reigning player of the year for England, so Saka had to start for me. And he has done way more. Saka has done way more for England than Mount. Than even Mount, but Foden. Foden for England is not the same Foden for City. There are two different players for club and country. Foden hasn't really established himself with this England team as yet. So for me, Saka had to start. In terms of the midfield balance, I like the balance in terms of Rice and Bellingham because they have the legs. They are very young players who have the legs that can progress the ball. And Rice will do the defensive side of the work, whereas Jude will do the back and forth and attacking and support in terms of the box-to-box, more of that. In terms of the result, it's one that I never expected. If I were told last night that England would score 6, I'd laugh and still be laughing because I never saw that happening. I said that this group would have the least goals, and right now I'm looking like an idiot. So we have 8 goals today in the group alone. So good start for me. The subs came on, did their thing. Rashford came on and he realized that you don't have to kick the ball hard to score. You can also place the ball. So I'm glad that he got his first goal. Glad for Sterling. He also got his first goal in his 3rd World Cup. So there were some. Kane hasn't scored. We scored 6 and Kane don't score. But Kane did his thing. He got 2 brilliant assists, especially the second one that he took down the ball from Pickford and just made a one-time pass to Rashford. That was a brilliant assist. Kane was very brilliant today, even though he did not get any goals. What else? The defense, Maguire had to start. I mean, people who've been watching England for years know that Maguire is a starter. Maguire and Stones are the sure starters for England, especially when they play a back four, which I wasn't really expecting. I thought they would have gone into the back 3 thing, but it seems like the back 3 is for the bigger teams. So it seems as if in the group stage we'll go back 4. But let us see. But I like the progressive style of football today, even though it was Iran. But at the end of the day, Iran is a top 20 team in the world. So they are not a walkover. Let us not pretend that they rank 120 and not 20. So they were not a walkover. And the other 2 teams in the groups are not a walkover. So the important thing is to get your first win on their belt and then move on. And I'm sure scoring 6 goals will give them confidence because the starters, and when you look at the subs today, they will start for most other teams in the world. So in terms of the attacking subs and support. And even our midfielders who did not play like Henderson and Phillips, they have the experience. They are not match fit as yet. But you know that when you play midfield like Bellingham and Rice does. They will do a lot of running and they will even get some cards. So you kind of need to have good backup on the bench. Um, so that will come into play later on in the tournament. So I think we have a good squad. I don't think we are anywhere near favorites. I think semi would be a good tournament for us, but it's our first game out and we got a good win. So I'm happy with that.
All right. Big up to the people in the chat to actually do them work and a
Yes,
sneak
sir.
in. Big up on yourself, man. We appreciate it.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Mr. Os, you like how his side perform?
Yeah. Big up, guys, and big up to our commenters. Well, it was a comfortable win. I was a bit worried before the game, not knowing what Iran was going to come with, as well as not knowing what Southgate will come with as well. I agree with Ryan. I was surprised that Mount started. I was actually expecting Southgate to start a back five, but it didn't work. Two right back. That was the only throw off that I think he surprised me with, right? But then I couldn't accuse him of being too pragmatic or conservative in this lineup. So basically, it's probably because of the opponents in Iran. But overall, it was a very good performance. I'm a bit concerned about the defensive aspects. Still concerned about that. Those two goals, but overall, I would say very good performance by the English and the youngsters, right? The youngsters really had a good game. They're on farm. Rashford, Bellingham, Saka, all three players are on farm, including also Foden. So the youngsters really give a good showing of themselves. And
Foden a
what
play for
was
England, brother.
yeah, man, they really give a good Foden.
Bro, Foden a play football for England. Foden last
And
when he play for England.
what really what was really something there surprising about is that Harry Kane did not have a goal, but he actually controlled things. He controlled the game, and that tells a lot about the form that he's in when he's not scoring and what he can do on the pitch.
Rest of man them wanna think about it and talk quick.
Call a name, no boss. Call a name.
Alright, Dima shoot.
Yeah, big up the man them. First of all, obviously, because we want to watch the Senegal game. Big up everybody in the comment section. Morning to you guys. I want to start off with this though. I don't know if Levon mentioned it because I wasn't here early. I am so happy that they decided to take a stand with this whole armband thing. Like, me not get it, bro. If you wanted to take a stand, you should have wear your armband, Hurricane, and take a yellow card. If you want to protest, you wear your armband, take a yellow card, and make your points. But obviously, it don't mean that much to you. So anyway, I'm glad that didn't happen. Obviously,
You do know that will happen in the quarters, right?
Huh?
You do know that FIFA will allow the armbands from the quarterfinals upward.
Oh no, we never know that.
Well, that they will allow that, which doesn't make any sense either.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are allowing no discrimination armbands from the quarterfinals up to the finals. There's no sense.
When did that happen? Because we never see that.
They actually it came out in the news since morning.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, then defeat the whole purpose like then, brother.
Exactly. That
They
makes
won't be allowed to wear
absolutely
one
no.
armbands, but they will be allowed to wear no discrimination armbands, which is actually the same thing.
Yeah, that made no sense. But anyway, big up to England. I mean, obviously, me only support the Liverpool players from England, and no Liverpool players touched the field, so I was very disappointed. I figured that Southgate could have taken off Trippier when they were like 4 or 5 and get Trent to run, because it's looking like it's going to be a long run for England in terms of players, and they have 2 big games coming up. I thought he'd rest players. I mean, he took off a lot, but Trippier was probably the main man. And Hurricane is going to go really unnoticed in this game. I mean, for me personally, he was the man of the match. I know Saka got 2 goals and Bellingham was good, but for me, his movement, his passing, even his skills, like it's so underrated what he does for the team. His hold up play, he was excellent today, and I thought that for me personally, he didn't get a goal, but he was my man of the match. So big up to England. I mean, Josh is saying that it's coming home. So we'll see what happens.
All right, and quickly before we get to the next game, Ecuador won 2-0 yesterday, as most of us predicted in the comment section. Ena Valencia got on the score sheet twice, and he scored the last 5 goals for Ecuador. So good going for them. Let's get it going now, Mr. O. So can put up the lineup for the match that is coming up at 11.
So that's Senegal versus Netherlands, right? So let me see if we can find a lineup for Netherlands, basically.
I kind of have it out of my head still. The man start Burgos and them and then a midfield. Zoom in on it from.
Seen it properly? Because the kind of
Zoom in a little bit more.
That's the most it can zoom in, actually.
I can see this.
So I see the dread, so that's okay.
Yeah, man. I know said Napret starting goal. Blinat left back. Left wing back. I mean, Ake. Van Dijk, Delete, Dumfries, Burgos, Frenkie, Gakpo, Bergwijn, and Janssen.
Janssen?
Yep.
Man, come back from the dead.
He's basically going with a 5-3-2 formation.
Is Memphis on the bench now?
Yes, he is. Along with Luke de Jong. They aren't 100%. So Janssen.
Yeah, I know. I was just wondering if they were fit enough to be on the bench.
All right, what do you think about this team?
Well, Levon, you did express some surprise with Steven Berghuis, but remember on the podcast I said that Berghuis may very well start instead of Koopmeiners, who both of us agreed on form really should have been a starter in this team. But Berghuis underrated, has been doing well.
I think this lineup is a brilliant lineup.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say brilliant, but I would say it's a solid lineup. I wouldn't say brilliant. This is not going to cause fear right? across Europe. But I think Janssen is a surprise. But based on who we had available, guys, I think Janssen would be the one tasked with leading the line. Fell off the cliff when he made that move to Tottenham. Has been under the radar now in Belgium and
he's at what, Royal Antwerp?
Yes, has 9 goals this season. So he
but you guys you realize something? The 2 guys that made that move to Tottenham and it did not work out are leading the line right now.
Yep. Along with Bergwijn, but Bergwijn has also done well when played up front. For the Netherlands in this formation, so I think it's solid. It's not one that will scare the big wigs in the World Cup, but they are tried. They are proven. They have proven difficult to beat, and I think they will take some beating today because this Senegal team that we'll see shortly isn't one that will necessarily scare the Dutch.
All right, guys. You guys are hearing me?
Yeah,
man. So, Robbie. Yes, Robbie, what do you make of this Dutch side? Seems Robbie's mute.
Robbie look like in the vacation right now. Yeah.
Well, the Dutch team, basically the same formation is what I expected. They are without Memphis. Memphis have clearly started. If he was 100% fit or close to match fit as possible. The formation is what I expected. Most of the players are who I expected to be there. The Aki, the 3 centre backs, those are the 3 I expected. So not much surprises for me, to be honest with you. For the most part, this is maybe 9 out of 11 are the players that I've expected to start. And they tend to play. Well, I remember when somebody said they don't like the formation, neither did Virgil, but he has warmed up to the formation, it seems right now, based on what he has said recently versus what he had said last year or so, when he said that he preferred playing in the back four and the coach basically come out and said, I am the coach, I decide which formation I use. So
But Ryan, let's be honest. Let's be honest though. Is this formation make Van Dijk look good this season? Otherwise, some of this formation look crappy in a back four.
Yeah, I mean, with the centre backs you have, you need to play. I think this formation suits them better. They have Virgil, and other decent centre backs. They don't have any great centre backs beside him. So this formation, I think, it works best for them, and it works for their midfield as well. So I think it works for them. And
was it like a similar formation that they played in 2014 World Cup?
There were 24, yeah. But before that, when Coleman was there, it was 4-3-3.
Yeah, but you know, Van Gaal normally his style of coaching and tactics, formations is generally similar to these. So far.
But guys, on paper it looks like a 5-3-2 or a 3-5-2, but we expect Gakpo to play much higher when in position. So we expect it to almost be a 3-man front line with Gakpo and Bergwijn just in behind Vincent Janssen.
And formations are not rigid. Formations are not rigid.
Precisely. Because the formation when you're in position as opposed to when you are defending is vastly different. And expect Dumfries to play high up on the right, while Blind won't necessarily give you the same thrust going down the left, because you expect Gakpo to operate in that space, because that is his domain, and he will attack from out wide and coming inside as an inverted winger.
And then again, good pointer, because if you look at the formation as well, I think Ake will more progress in terms of in midfield, because Blind, as I just mentioned, won't go much forward, so Blind will drop right into the back three. So you'd have Blind, Van Dijk, and De Ligt. Well, you have Ake basically a midfielder and Dumfries pushing on. So
one more quick observation, guys. On this lineup, Berghuis, in terms of attacking, I think he gives a bit more as opposed to Koopmeiners. Although Koopmeiners has a good shot and is able to play forward passes. David Klaassen is a goal scorer midfielder, but I think his race has been run. And Martin de Room, I think he has stagnated. Did very well initially at Atalanta, but I think injuries and I'm not sure his rise has continued in the vein that we had expected. So I think Berghuis gives them that added thrust from midfield, because remember that early on in his career, he was a winger coming in from the right-hand side and his favored and trusted left foot.
All right, and here's the Senegal 11. You have Mendy in goal, Captain Koulibaly, Papa Abou Cisse, Abdou Diallo, Youssouf Sabali, Nampalys Mendy, Cheikhou Kouyaté, Gana Gueye, Crepin Diatta, Ismail Sarr, Bola Dia, and they're playing a 4-3-3 formation.
I just think this lineup like a finisher.
Bro, Dia is a finisher, bro. What are you talking about?
Mane. That's
Bola Dia is a finisher.
Bola Dia is a finisher. That's what he earns his salary through being able to finish.
Rob, if your man watch La Liga so much, you should know this man now, because this brother was at Villarreal and he was performing decent at Villarreal.
And he has done really well at Salernitana as well.
Come on.
You could say it's decent.
No, come on. No better.
Yeah, that thing might be decent, but he's not money.
Precisely.
Exactly. Depends on this man.
No one is championing him as Mane, but how many players in Africa are Sadio Mane?
Come on. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you look
at
the quality
options that they have.
Come on, man. Come on.
Because
when you start make decent look like it's elite or something. Come on, man.
No one.
Rabbi, talk madness, Rabbi. You are the one that is overrating stuff. Rabbi, may I ask you a question? You look at the options that they have. Rabbi, listen, man. You look at the options that they have. Who would they have wanted? Because Mane is out totally. So who should they have wanted?
He's the best. He's the best option.
I'm saying to you, well, I know. I'm saying to you, I didn't say they are better to pick from, but I said the team like finisher. That's the thing them lock. Me never tell us say them are better and should pick it or whatever. Them lock
And we are
finishing.
countering what you said because he's a finisher.
He's a finisher,
Come on,
but
man. Decent.
but his all
Come on,
round
man.
game, guys, isn't like a Sadio Mane where he can create and finish. But if you supply him with chances, I dare say he will finish. But when I look at the lot, Robbie, around him, when I look at who he has supplied bullets, Diatta, still unproven at Monaco, talented, but he's hit and miss, and we all know about about the hot shot at Watford. I don't have to say anything about him. And in midfield, guys, it's really three workhorses in midfield.
Yeah,
so
they're decent midfield.
All right. So you go back to what I say now. So since the midfield are workers and so much creativeness in here, your so-called good finish and support with staff then.
Precisely, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he's a good finisher, but he needs service.
Come on, man. That's what this Come on. This is a bad example of La Liga. Come on, man. It's a bad example.
Robbie, he's basically average.
Of course, I'm average. You don't say that.
They're working with what the best that they have, right? To put forward.
But then they said that from long time, man. You know, go on like say that me I try tell you say better than
what are you talking about, Robbie? We are all agreeing that he's not Sadio Mane, but in the same light, we are saying that he is a good finisher when he's presented with chances. But when you look at this lineup, guys, right? Let's not fool ourselves. They aren't creative in midfield and out wide. The options are really not those who you would say are good in terms of end product, based on what we have seen from them over a protracted period, especially in the case of Ismail Assar. The sample size with Kafrim Diatta is a bit smaller, but he is basically the same. The thing is, if you supply Bull Idea with chances, he can finish. That's all Levon and I are saying. We're not saying that he's a great finisher or he's a well-rounded player because he lacks no technical ability, but he'll give you work rate, and if you give him chances. The problem though, Robbie, for me is when I look at this team, I'm not seeing where many chances are going to be created for him to finish.
All right. This man remember when I play a scrimmage and I'm on top in front of a goal, I give the goal and kicking anything. That's what I'm gonna remember.
All right. Ryan still here? Right on. Okay. So the match about to start, guys. So we'll be having a watch along where you guys can chip in with commentary on the game if you wish, or we'll have live for the commenters to comment while the game is actually going on. Right? So it's about to start. So what's your prediction for this game?
4-1.
4-1, Robbie?
Yeah.
To Netherlands. That's a big call.
Remember, Netherlands is my favorite to win. I'm me if we win the World Cup outside of Brazil. You know.
Oh, you have them as basically to go to the finals. All right, Ham, what's your prediction?
It's difficult to even with a fit Sadio Mane, even with Edouard Mendy in the peak of form and Koulibaly and all of their big hitters, you still would favor the Dutch. So definitely going to go with the Netherlands. Thinking they're going to score at least 3 goals against the Senegalese outfit. Who we expect to play with a low block and try to spring on the counter attack with the pace of
Senegal, the early attack.
That boy delight them. That guy come make him no sense in him really, you know, man. What delight them?
Robbie, you start to worry already.
It's not the worry. So I'm going to allow. Are you watching the game?
Yes, but give me about
you guys to watch the game and then come back at halftime.
All right, no problem.
All right.
Yeah, Josh, what you do?
Yeah, so I'm loading the guys.
Oh, yeah, the watch along.
Yeah, the guys can keep on commenting in the comment section while they're watching the
Yeah,
game.
man, yeah, man.
But they still have it live, but like our analysts can, all of us can go and watch the game. Because I don't want the sound from the games to be recorded into.
But you're not hear my song, Mitchell.
No, I'm not hear your song, Robbie, so you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Brother, I'll have to just mute it. I'll have to just mute the TV, the brother.
So,
But I'm not actually hear my TV, you know. It is very near to mute, you know.
yeah, man.
Senegal start on the
Senegal have a lot of the early play, attacking early play.
Yeah.
A lot of the attacking early play.
They might play a good so
That's
far
like
still.
Huh?
Uncle Weir's man. You don't know what people rate them. Yeah, well done. At least a shame. What's man?
Who that?
Man ball. Him can't actually defend, you know. He's like a Trent, you know. Dumb price.
Who that?
Dumb price. Dumb price in me, man. Dumb players are with them.
Dumfries a baller, man. Easy yourself.
You're right back. You're right back. Man can't
Me
defend.
no say me attack.
Watch it. Take so long and pass back the ball. The man remind me of Joe.
In fact, Senegal seems to be Africa's best chances of going far.
No.
That's what they have
Cameroon.
from the beginning, man.
Cameroon.
Which group
Cameroon
Cameroon is
even gonna be done. Even gonna be done.
Which group Cameroon in?
The two worst. Actually, the West Africa team is actually Tunisia. You know?
Let me check.
If I saw them name pronounced, I could either country.
Man, Tunisia. Tunisia.
Oh, is a good commentator commentate the match here? Never realized that a good commentator.
They're
You
in
know?
a tough group, Robbie. With Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon is in a very tough group with Brazil, Switzerland.
But Sweden, but after Switzerland and Serbia are going to beat Cameroon.
That's a madness, yeah, brother.
I'm this prediction already, I don't know what not talk about, you know.
Switzerland's a tough
Probably
team.
that's a madness.
Switzerland what?
Switzerland's a tough team to beat.
Serbia's a tough team. Come on, brother. That's the score, brother. That's the score. Oh, that's the score.
I'm fast on my own.
Robbie, remember, say Serbia stopped Portugal.
Hey.
Group, you know.
Yeah, that's the score.
I boy got for.
Richie Green. It will be coming on. Probably 2026.
Bro, that's a dairy.
Oh, I know yes, man. Blin a good baller.
Jacob make a brilliant player, man.
What's on the phone, you know? Hey, for you, boy.
Can't tell say a stream slow in Arabic. You know, longer play the gun.
Yeah, because I eat that Steve, remember.
Yeah, man. It's CCV
Alright.
keep on a freeze up.
Yeah, free, so I'm not cost them.
All right.
It's free.
Yes, Richie Green. It will eventually come home.
When?
That means I'm saying it not be 2022, it can be 2026.
All right.
But it will eventually come home.
All right. Aki, as me say, the reason Aki get picked is because he fit him system perfectly, and Batman doesn't fit him system. Because Batman is really good with him foot. So.
And Batman
Not
is
necessarily.
Batman is on form.
Coach, everything with coach. He coaches. You understand this. That's how we start talking about baller better and support. Coach pick players that affect them system. Now pick somebody who don't run them system. Not care how good they be, because they know want you be the weak point or whatever it is. Some coach might do it.
So far, so good. Senegal has played better.
Yeah.
Some coach might do it because they want to offer that player to change the game, but not all coaches do it. And
Yes, even though
I'm scared
I
I'm gonna play in a second round.
yes, even though people are count out Senegal, what people have to remember that is they actually won the Africa Cup of Nations and they have been playing good together.
But man is a big
what one when they group again?
Huh?
So this group?
Yeah, one would never play.
Ecuador,
Ecuador and Qatar.
In a group.
But then it was right. You know some pick Ecuador for go show?
Now the Ecuador versus Senegal game is going to be a big match. I think that'll determine.
Come on, Ecuador go out them.
You feel so?
Yeah, of course you're playing us that in the man. Hey, well the way that's weird, yeah?
Am I a man there, them coach? Cisse?
Aliou Cisse.
I never know say a Cisse them coach.
Long
Rasta
time.
boy, watch him.
Yeah, Rasta boy. I never know say him a coach Senegal.
You know, long into there when you compete with Rasta head. I think get here now.
Allow the man alone. Started discrimination.
When English fans are always attack about discrimination,
English fan, but
when Senegal make a very good run in 2002. You remember that, boy? Quarterfinals. Because the time they are big man, you know.
What do you want to say though?
When Senegal make a big run at 2002 World Cup.
Yeah, he might be the captain.
He was the captain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. So then basically get somebody, you know, like how Jamaica they get Theodore when they got a World Cup to coach a team. Them get somebody when they do well with them. The World Cup to coach them team.
And it's funny enough, if man did a player, I moved to cut them out in the game, you know. A man is a cutting edge for them, you know.
Yeah, man
like Star, them and they are jackass, them there, you know, man. You don't want to fast and foolish, you know. Don't let them cut off chicken head.
It's a big loss because with Mane, most people don't have them to come second, beat Ecuador, but
yeah.
It's not.
Is you name Valencia?
I
think Valencia is the best Valencia I know play football.
Yeah, he's yourself, man. And Enner is not better than Antonio.
Antonio Valencia.
I think Valencia
Valencia boy is better than Antonio.
The man come from South America. The man has nothing skill them foot.
Who that?
Come from South American.
Who that?
Valencia used to play for Man U. I mean, I don't know. The man William.
The man winning enough titles, you know.
In Guinness cycle, Fergie going enough cycle. Make up on the mind.
Yeah, Fergie going enough titles, yes, but Fergie
so we have
it.
Yeah, Fergie. So they make enough average player look like good baller. You need to stop it.
Yeah, he make enough average player look like good player.
You need to stop it for that. Man have a one chick pony. Go so and go on the flank and square and one bag and answer.
He's basically a one chick pony for you, man. I never agree with that.
Yeah, but those South American do have one chick hombre. I feel like sending ball in the waters and then just adapt him.
Yeah, he
whenever
Fergie wants to players them from Brazil or South America, them always too expensive.
I guess that's why him come over for that. We got to get him from, right?
Yeah, I think Wigan, yeah, one of the smart club. I think Wigan. Or Villa. I don't remember.
That's my boy, they make him name, you know. Boy,
that?
Belgium Martinez. Belgium coach.
Yeah, because he win FA Cup with them from 2009 when they beat City. They beat City in the finals 1-0. And they say making him Martinez. Everybody
we asked about Antonio Valencia.
Yeah, which team is that coming from before United?
Wigan man. The Colombian forward don't know. What the Colombian forward name again, man?
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm name him name, man. The can't remember boy. Boy, the weekend.
No, probably I mix him up with something there. Roque Santa Cruz.
No, a Paraguay that.
Paraguay, yeah, that's a Paraguay.
The Colombian boy name started man in plat up head, man. What the boy name again, man? What can I cross that, man? It's with a Dumfries. I will kick that ball. Dumfries, watch him. Come like your name, Dum.
Blind Depan Van Gaal coaching team.
And Edgar Davids.
Yeah, I never know some Blind. Van Gaal love Blind.
Honestly, I think Blind is very underrated, though.
The one where he's at the United?
Yeah, very underrated.
He do well.
No, I'm good. He is above average, but people like to lose some other things in this game. He's very good.
United fans usually hate him.
Oh?
United fans.
Hate him for what? I don't do no football.
Come on, Robbie. Man never used to the crap for United.
I think
Raw never did and rate Raw. Raw one of the wildest man never know that football.
Yeah, he never really do bad for United in terms of like
it was average.
A lot of goals, but we don't expect better from him because of the World Cup we had.
Yeah.
Raw, I must run at that.
No, Blind
better.
Raw rubbish.
Raw rubbish, man. Raw is red card prone, you know.
Yeah, Robbie, the Colombian attack is Hugo Radiaga.
Yes, Radiaga. But the wicked dog. Instead we gone too long though. That's what him can. I think I left foot him used to, you know. Instead we gone too long. Would break up youth. Ball. I won't do this now. Would control boom, but you dead.
Anytime there are Moses that play for him that we can.
Yeah, almost him carries make a DP.
Scott Sinclair and all of them man there.
Yeah, they must have him career, but I'm gonna city too quick. No sense, man. No sense. And then we get pitch up on a Scotland and talk about it. I think him change all them nationality too, if that's the case.
But Robbie, I say Roddy Yeager still play football.
I think we start playing football because he's not ready again.
He still play football. I play for your side in a Brazil named Bahia.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Since in there, them league, they understand. But you know, for their Europe, because film time, I check him out, check people from there.
No, like Netherlands don't look good so far.
They don't look good so far.
Them can't angle press. At the press, them can't angle.
Yeah, they'll kill them.
Yeah, press will kill them.
You saw the thing, sometimes them start off slow and then come into the game.
Yeah, good part.
Probably let's play a ball, I can go do another game of the Netherlands.
Hey, watch out.
There's a map
of you. Yeah, but it's like you tell them Frankie, I'm going to them career.
Frankie there.
Yeah, you need to left the club because they're not really utilizing the right way.
They're not utilizing. You need to come to Manchester United.
Well, I would agree with you because him coach is there. I'm coach putting the forefront is there, so probably you get the best out of him.
You would not get the best out of him.
Yeah, so probably I agree with you with that part.
Next season, too much clubs are going for Bellingham, man. It's gonna be one dog fight to get him.
Honestly, I want him to go Madrid because I think it's time for Cruz to go and we still don't know also.
If Madrid step in, it's gonna be a problem because Madrid tend to forget what they want.
Yeah, how come Madman there? And I wish Madman over Sarah and have them out for Bellingham. I wish Madman.
Ball.
How again? You can't remember when.
Yeah, they play a good man.
Madman with the ball go for something that you can, man.
Yeah, Senegal.
I realize a lot of the players are up on the left wing.
I'm not the 4-1 for real now.
Yeah, because Dumfries not defend. Dumfries vacate the whole right hand side. So Senegal will try good troop on him right hand.
I will play on the left. Blind though. You see them not tap blind side.
Blind,
yeah. Side. Yeah, them not go work. That blind can do some sort of defending to you.
So far now say not even 20 minutes yet to give it time, man.
I think stadium them would have more people though. I don't know.
Wrong place.
I will tell you one reason why the stadium now stay so. Should them ban alcohol.
Even though Qatar is small, but we have millions of fans them say turn up there.
Yeah, even for the opening game, yesterday in which a Qatar that play, the stadium never pack.
Never pack.
No, them go away after them so much love. You come on, do better.
No man, from the beginning the stadium never pack.
No. But this is the match this man with England in never pack and this a match in the pack now.
Are you going? Remember now?
We must can.
I will tell you one reason why them things are going. Remember the rules when them have over there, enough of them never like the reason why Qatar was the World Cup team. They put that in a factor team.
Qatar is the same like Jamaica, right? But in the World Cup become a Jamaica if we could have hosted it, every stadium would have packed.
Sure.
Jamaica people that go to the final, all who team they not support. Jamaicans would have happy go there.
All a big brother when him Koulibaly. You know, in
Come in, Cody. Come in, Dumfries.
Yeah, this look like almost a goal.
Brother, the man cut the ball behind the people then. Come on, man. Better than that.
I'll come on in India, Leicester City, right?
Yeah, and can't play for them.
So them can't.
I was thinking too short. To play that role and play. I was thinking too short to play that role.
I talk to Kish when World Cup are going, man. Work the pampas.
You have some people who take the vacation during World Cup, you know. Because they game.
Yeah.
2 weeks vacation and anything.
Yo, the weekend in Liga starting number.
Whoa, what a cross.
Goal.
Good cross, gap ball.
Blind probably been last World Cup this season. You know that Van Gaal is kind of disliking the Netherlands fraternity.
Why?
Because them say move away from Netherlands total football approach.
Over what?
He move away from Netherlands total football approach.
Anything with people.
Because the Netherlands invent that style of Barca they come with it. You know, so Netherlands invented, right?
You remember total football come from, right? It's piece of somebody involved with, you know.
So them say Van Gaal move away from the team, play too conservative.
Well, I think he should do it now because he have the defense. I don't know why my place.
Yeah, he have defense. It's just that they always can't find no better coach than Van Gaal, so them always have to go back to him.
You know, they're a good coach and just got
Barcelona. It's just like they want to coach club football in a really
because Koeman did that do so well in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I'm gonna mention he made the stupidest decision.
Make a stupid decision.
Why the man go Barcelona? I say you to play the Barcelona and all them rubbish thing.
Him to have them play some very good football.
Yeah,
they were playing some brilliant football.
Yeah, they did deadly man. They beat team PS 6-0, 6-2.
Well, you know what
you want? Then what I can tell me say, Joe, I don't know how people really do Thailand, brother. What you want?
Coman do the same thing. Coman do the same thing with Lopetegui do.
Yeah.
But Lopetegui that Spain play some brilliant football. The man got cut from Spain and go to Madrid and then see them turn garbage now.
No, they play them because as a coach,
before the World Cup, no sir.
Yeah.
The week before.
And he carried good on that.
Conversion.
As I say, I think he's a very good coach.
Good play.
I think he's a very good coach too. I think Madrid.
Bury this.
More time.
Yo, why?
Why? Take too long, man. Take too long.
Yo, you know say have a friend kid. Why this man love assist balls? So bad man, shoot.
That's great. That's one do it well.
Can't believe saying a score that yo.
That's not the one nearly.
How can I joke thing that?
I know, I can't believe.
Frankie a joker, you know?
Sure, the man. But the man can't score.
Right. Turn up, fire up. So now I'm support my club, man. Next weekend, and now I'm support my club.
Which club that?
Westport, Mr. Shanchan.
What happened?
I start weekend, you know.
Oh. So you're the coach?
Yeah.
Like man tell a water boy and be.
That's mad, man.
What? I don't know if you come on a training session for here, coach them.
Yeah, I'm very, very arrogant. I'm not arrogant, I'm very aggressive with my coach, yeah?
You're very arrogant. Be a bad word, your coach.
Yes. Yeah, because bad word.
Caden and Portmore, Caden and comment as a really. Caden and come from Portmore, and Caden can support Robbie Rich team. I come from Portmore, so make sure say you're at the match.
Alright, here we go on. But tell you why, Mr. Issa. Come on, I tell him, say, I want to sit on the sideline. I fear game make less nice, but then keep on one do the wrong things. And it's a always get persons who always have some type of snap with them. And believe them and know and believe that. So you have to, if you not cost bad or and bad them up, them now here, yeah.
But you can't be like Fergie. I guess what Fergie do. Fergie something there. Whenever
Now you from Monaco, how good in there? We're taking in no.
Oh, one in the other.
They were up on Senegal side. They don't never really taking him much, but seeing glimpses of him when I watch him.
So here we go on. The thing with him is that come through as a good talent, you see me? And then typical of most young players, like most black young players. Yes, when it comes to time for them actually matriculate to real senior men's football, it's like they get lost. So it's like he might try to have a comeback right now, but now going to good so far. Hopefully he can return to them heights there, but he's not going to good right now.
Sure, exactly. Well, as we said, I really give me see glimpses of him. He had hype about him and all these things, but I've never actually. The same with a man can never actually details him or what him exactly how him play or whatever.
Westport.
You see, the thing with me is, in order for me for judge a baller, like for Adrian, zoom in and watch the details, and that's why I tell people what they
Why?
shots at five.
That means
Don't
that means
take
you're not good. Hold on, Rabbi. That means that you're not a talent spotter. You can't spot talent. They don't even see a man over and over and over to tell if he's good or not.
No, over. Even watching 2 games or 1 game, we can actually watch the detail. But I'm saying that I don't watching details to actually see what type of players. We don't know some of talent because I've seen it.
Oh, so you have to zoom in on it.
In order to take that system. But we have a zoom in on it.
To the Netherlands.
And there's even a free kick take up on the side.
Was actually a good free kick in a but
Yeah, good free kick. But they needed more players in around the box. Senegal put up a good fight so far, though.
not a good fight. It means that they might play the better football so far.
Better football, yeah.
Getting the more chances.
They're expecting the Netherlands to go up by now. But then,
Well, in terms of clear-cut chances, that's
Netherlands
straight.
them take time to settle down.
We got to mention that they're playing the better football. Because they have most of the position, but they still creating the most chances. That's it. I agree with you.
So it's a rubbish that the position we can play better football.
Yeah, no, people believe that. You don't know why they believe that. Some team allow you with the position of the team, and you play towards them, then them chop, and towards them game plan, and they beat you.
You say that's our Real Madrid player.
That depends on the coach.
Like when they play teams that boss the ball, like City.
Yeah, because when I go home again,
Bayern, Real Madrid, find a way to
we don't really play that way.
Eh?
We don't want to reach Real Madrid, don't play that way like in the past, because we don't really have a world-class centre back or 2 world-class centre back to say, I will open up on. Remember that. We don't really have that. We got them and all them persons are very good talents, but they're not world-class or top talents in the world. Barca could do it, PK and Pure was damn world-class.
The laws of the game is key, as I said, very key. It contributes to the overall discipline. I think that's what Jamaicans lack as well.
What?
Caden, that talk about regarding Jamaica football, I think regarding your team, Westport, right?
Yeah.
So players need to know the laws of the game, and they need to Jamaican need to be keen on fitness.
I'm actually very, very, very.
So make sure you teach them the laws of the game, you know.
Huh?
Make sure you teach them the laws of the game and just not football aspect.
I'm a keen on fitness, you know. Even I think tomorrow, when to have a fitness training for drive on the whole scheme.
But then just run the whole scheme.
If Van Dijk never get in front of that would end up in the top corner, you know.
Look like a top corner that look a while. But probably the goalkeeper look like him probably the whole lot.
No man, goalkeeper not touch that man.
Probably when I touch you, probably not.
Yeah, based on how
Let's see what the replay will see. Look up at the replay. Not touch that
man. Look at the replay. But it looked like that was a defender stepping Van Dijk.
Good strike from Sardo.
The next thing though, what need to be implied though, in Jamaica, we don't have identity.
Yeah, we don't have an identity. We need to determine an identity.
Yeah, but the first facts I saw, run me down board like in Nana said, about the first apply a system, apply a identity, more tell me rubbish. I think the first fact I can name first falls or something like that.
Yeah, if we have an identity, it have a coach come from the coaching level. So instruct, the grassroots. They must instruct all of the rules, and the coaches at the grassroots level come right on. How to
when I first step we need to get a technical director.
Right. We
don't have one. If you have one, I'm very lazy and stupid.
Because it's Italy always have that defensive type of football game from ever since, and it's just the other day they try to change it, but from ever since I them have from all levels
well, they might change from it now though.
Yeah, come on board, they try to change them.
Them I get some technical players now.
From ever since I them used to have. And I win them 4 World Cup.
Yeah. But what applied still, you know, is the technical director have similar coaches from under 15 go straight up. And you pick players that affect, that plays towards that system, have ability to play towards that system.
That's
So
what Germany and Belgium did 20 years ago. When Germany and they not win the World Cup again.
But Robbie, watch it too.
They start the academy and implement the system the way they have all coaches, coach players are called to a particular system. And it turned out that they can win the World Cup because of that. And Belgium produced much great players because of the academic system when they built.
Because watch it, Robbie, it's just like we talk about in a cricket team.
2013. Yeah.
Because seeing like we talk about in a cricket, you know, so when I reach to the senior level, I mean, I believe the coaching is that vital. Why you're teaching the basics from grassroots. So it's just like the same thing it's the same thing in football. Now. You see, if you build a team, especially a national team, you can't wait until the man reach senior team. You're gonna say you give them technical director for develop. You give them anything from grassroots level, make them develop all of the basics and teach them the laws of the game and everything from under 10, well, not even under 10, from under 10, under 15, and them level there. So anytime they come to the national side, they already know what it's about already.
So, when I debate with the brother, why you never come here? Let me say, you never necessarily brother chat here rubbish than me. I come in here rubbish.
Most people don't like debate with Fox Spurs still, you know. But Fox Spurs Fox Spurs controversial. Sometimes you just want to be less.
Rabbi Mizama, I can't bother with the alliance more while. This is score. Come on, Senegal. They can't get a gift and bush it.
Yeah, gift that one. Watch it. Then wait too long.
This is going to be them problem. They might get chances, but they not convert them.
And the whole of the analysts them and the whole of the pundits them and the whole of the thing them the Argentina are going to win and Messi are going to decide say.
Yes, Argentina going.
It ever feel say I want them to tell me Argentina are a team. Because I see them start here already, you know.
No, Argentina is playing even more than a team than the team that got World Cup Finals 2014. This team have played better as a team.
Yes.
I mean, this is a team as we keep on telling long time. This team is way more complete.
It's the best Argentina play. For me,
it's the most complete side of them because if you watch Argentina over the years, it's either them have a defense problem or a midfield problem.
Yeah, they always have
the thing with them is that they always have forwards, but they never yet have midfielders and defenders.
Right. But this side now is different. They're complete.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm not telling you.
Brazil, then you beat Brazil 1-0 in the Copa final, so that give them the extra buzz there.
And
I mean, in the Copa final, they could have been more.
Neymar make me lose the final. Neymar
was with Argentina. Argentina have a psychological problem when it comes to Brazil. So if they meet, Brazil are gonna beat them. Or if they might be a team, or if Argentina be a team. So they always make Brazil beat them in a most big game.
Oh, yeah, it's a Brazil beat when it counts.
Yeah, Brazil always beat them when it counts. And that's our problem with Argentina. They make Brazil have a psychological advantage over them. Even a qualifying group, when last Argentina stopped the qualifying group for South America. You know, every qualifying group for South America, Brazil always stop it.
A good one, I'm not different.
For me, I am watching qualifiers. Brazil always atop this one in South America. And when Argentina have a better team, Brazil still stop this one.
Why was I tell people for years? Why was I kill Brazil side in our selection?
Selection. We have a deep since in the outdoor, we have a deep team since France. With France out, we have the deepest team on our Portugal.
Oh, I go to know football, man.
Then I spin out from the back. Senegal needs to win balls and shoot. Michelle.
You know football, man. You know football. She know all of those pretty. She know football.
All right, make use of this, Another free kick to Netherlands on the edge of the box.
Them, sir, what me I say now, They can use this whole thing about Argentina do have a squad and whatever the case they check them.
No, them
them
can't
are-
use it. And them can't use this Messi alone.
Yeah. So then
This
them are
year, them can't use that.
yeah, them are use excuse that I talk about. Portugal side better. They either play Portugal play for World Cup. That's your foolish. I don't Portugal win 4 match straight or 2 match. That's not foolish.
Yes, we call it playoff. Portugal reach.
Yeah. That's a more about Serbia.
Good play. Good play, boy. Man, I recycle it back.
But now some of them are a lethal striker, Netherlands.
You know, say if the match remain the same, don't people better go bust, you know.
If you watch
All
what?
I'm bet them a go
People
bus.
just better, any better go bust.
All I might ticket them a go bus.
I guess everybody have at least 2 goals in the game
Yeah.
to score. Robin, remember when Netherlands did the whole side, man, 2010 in a quarterfinal.
Fire for your teeth and keep it like game, brother. It's money. Must go and
Brazil would have killed
go
the Netherlands in the first half, and then Van Gaal make some changes in the second half. They nearly killed.
No, but we actually a lead.
They nearly killed. Yeah, only were leading, but guess what? Only missed the
Outside.
Only should have got
Remember
about
that?
3-0.
No, you remember so Rabina scored himself outside and the man never outside?
Yeah, Robina did square a goal for the say after, and then no.
I mean, if you're offside.
Robina did get some
Top
more
bias
chance.
views.
The man never outside.
Where are the bias when they come on to Brazil? innit? Of course, he did offside.
Hey. I don't want to see flat the place in the world that you know. I never seen nobody flat better than you in my life.
You never see nobody do it?
Flat better than Rabina in my life.
The man the biggest flap ever. You know why? I think Robina
Flat.
had
You never say flap, you know. It's a flat.
Eh?
It's a flat. You never say flap.
He flap man the biggest flap player that for the last 20
Man, they
years.
go on
Of course, him is a flop. He can plot, but he's a flop. Yeah, that man was the biggest thing out of Brazil at one point when he come here. Yeah, Pierre Robina, this Robina, that biggest talent, and then he just come from Europe and flop out.
Potential where Robina come with. Everybody say Robina did have greater potential than Christian Messi.
And he flop out.
Yeah. After running leader, him then he's gonna be World Player of the Year. After Brazil boasted in the 2000s, everybody go wild and say, "Oh, the boy a bad."
But I don't know. But Josh, you know, come as a surprise though, you know. I saw the Brazilian players and then create a buzz down in Brazil and then come to Europe, flop out.
You know, it's a karma rating.
They might create a buzz over this 1 year. One look 17-year-old. What name?
16, a wicked man, Hendrick.
What name? And yes, they might create a big buzz over
Bad.
right now.
Him bad man.
But I hope United rush people. United not play the interest.
Every top club want him right now.
There's a PSG. PSG meet with the Imperials.
Yeah, but here what? If there's any club that will get him, it's more than likely Madrid.
Yeah.
Vini, they want to tell him to come.
Yeah, Madrid have a get him. Madrid have a piece to Madrid like it.
You know,
But here are the things still, Robbie.
You know, you can't come to Europe until you are 18, right?
Based on the laws.
Yeah, he can't come till I'm 18.
Oh, but they can sign a pre-contract agreement from now.
Yeah. But Robbie, if you look on it still, the last Brazilian want to sign him, not done that all, brother.
Who that? Rafi, Reaper. I don't know Rafi.
Renier.
As in, when I want to you that, what? It's too hard.
I was saying he got Dartman for 2-year loan and never done down there, you know.
When
And now Girona in there now.
them team score them like one back.
So Chandler saying that Brazil are win, we're hungry for the World Cup from 2002 too long.
Hey,
Yo, from a band, we never see Brazil. Yo, from a
That's
band,
cool.
we never see Brazil win a World Cup.
what do you ban?
Brother, the fact remains, I've never seen Brazil win a World Cup from I was born.
Never seen Brazil win a World Cup yet.
All the boy then, man. 2002.
All right, the first World Cup we watched was 2006.
Oh, okay.
First World Cup that we watched.
Yo, at the biggest stuff that's in life, you know. When Brazil lose 2006 World Cup, you know.
The man that they won it, because everybody they have Brazil as a favorite for the World Cup. I think nobody had Italy. I think Italy was a big shot winning the Earth.
Yo, question. Who's it on the pile from Brazil in that game there?
Ronaldinho.
All
Boy,
right,
yo,
I'm gonna come on. Yo, Josh, I know say what they are Glenn run me down, brother, and tell me about Fat Man Ronaldo. Me tell him say I see him ball like get the bomber pile.
I keep things, it's all him like that about Ronaldinho, man. Because it's a film, he never have a longevity there. That's how much I can.
let me tell you, Jamaicans love Ronaldinho, but they don't realize that Ronaldo is likely seen as a greater player in Brazil.
Then the man tell me, yo,
In
you
Brazil,
should have did it right now. Yo, Josh, when we did about man, I tell the man say, yo, Fat Man Ronaldo was a better footballer than Ronaldinho. Man say, yo, you're BBC idiot. Ronaldinho beast, you touch a ball. I said, by tackle madness, Fat Man Ronaldo wickeder than Ronaldinho.
As guess what? We Ronaldo go through, but Ronaldinho no go through. Ronaldo did have the injury prone. Season after season after season. Everybody could stay in. And guess what? Ronaldo is the only player injury prone who win 3 Ballon d'Or. There's no other player can win 3 Ballon d'Or. You know that you never injury prone? They come in probably about 8 or 9 Ballon d'Or titles.
I mean,
He's the best number 9 we ever seen. That's the perfect number 9. I've not seen a number 9. Huh?
You know, some of them bad enough and I was just
Robbie Gardner, Lord.
Robbie, we not hear what you say, bro.
Luis Suarez, they come close.
I get right. What are you doing, guy?
Yeah, you kind of.
There you
I leave and come back.
Suarez and Henry. They come close, but boy, Ronaldo did. You see Ronaldo playing style kind of injury prone, so can he run into the defenders.
Yeah, that much a low key boring though.
Yeah, things they have goals already. It's
And
like
the opening matches.
play. The teams whenever they reach each other box with the ball, the opposite team, it's like they don't know what to do with the ball. You see them try dribble. You see them try look for pass the ball to somebody.
The final third play
go
poor.
into the box with it.
Like them poor in the final third.
Right, so then they run on the edge of the box with the ball, right? But they're not going into the box with the ball.
All right, watch that again.
You
see same thing happen again.
It happened till they misplaced the pass. So they are playing in and around the edge, but they now do nothing with it.
Yeah, better than they save them the better than they put him for your match earlier. Peter Drury. That made the man committed for this boring match.
Peter Drury with a light up England match, man.
Yeah, that match a boring bad, man.
Because people probably think the England match would have boring. That's all FIFA set it up.
Brother, couldn't have been, but this is so far.
It's a boring, like probably one-sided or England just gonna win and that's it.
The expectancy with that border match, I now live up to it. Much boring, bad.
That's why I'm messing up people take it to a bus if we continue. But this is all Van Gaal court, right? If the match is still nil at halftime, Van Gaal
make changes
to the team, either the formation or 1 or 2 players, and them will come scoring at the second half.
That's someone Senegal score first.
Van Gaal is good like that. That's all. Every time I see my coach analyzing the World Cup, that's how him go about it.
Yeah, but as I said, that's someone Senegal score first, so pull Netherlands out of the shell.
Right. That is the next thing too. If Senegal score first, you're going to see the Netherlands, it will draw Netherlands out. That's all. Brazil draw them out when they score against them at 2010 World Cup, and they come back and score 2. It's like they don't know. It's when they go down, they start perform.
Star play good so far. I said the Union Star play good so far.
Yeah, play good. What name? Ismaila Sarr?
Ismaila.
Eh?
Ismaila.
Yeah, Ismaila. I'm to me, I play the best for them. That's why most of the players are come over the left wing.
Him on the next door up on the right hand side in theater.
Most of the players say I go through him, but him just though in the final decision when I'm trying to make.
Yeah, but a while ago when do was a good choice though.
Yeah.
So when that tried a while ago was good.
When I hear me properly now, right?
Oh. Yeah, man, I hear better.
Come on, Senegal, 1-0. Come on. Port, brother, what that? Can't beat
We
first
watch
defender.
something depend. Your TV look fast enough for me.
See if I may watch it. Fun.
I see them, I watch it fun too, but like feel fast.
Yeah. Oh, you so fast?
Yeah, man, so
Miguel.
feel so fast.
Well, I wish
Let me
KB
watch
up.
it, fun.
I did this kid
Digital.
I
though.
wish KB up.
Did
And
yourself.
this kid me have to. So you
And I
saw you.
hey, Flo,
Yo, man, went upon 42 minutes. What if you on the pan?
41. 50 something, just reached 42.
Man, went upon
Yeah.
42.07.
We depend 42.07 now.
My went faster than that by about 4 seconds.
Yours look a bit faster. Them, it look like some people say there's something site faster. The live site online score 808.
Yo, you what going on? We have to talk about that now. They know say
The online
at the
site
matter
faster.
bike. They know say we're lucky say CVM get by though. Because CVM never get by, you know, would I watch work or online we have to go watch work up, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Because the man the person online will have the online something they buy the rights there, you know.
No, man.
Where's the kiss sound weird?
Yo, please say that. Please say that with chat part to the.
But guess what? Me want the OTVJ never beat fire from early.
No,
Probably
because
never have the money.
they can't outbid them man, brother. Them man they win no things, brother. Them man they could pay money and pay the same thing, you know, brother.
But let me tell you, TVJ
We're
never
going to
spend
do
money. TVJ never spend money and do it, man.
That's right.
Because guess what?
We
TVJ is part of RJR group, Robbie, right? RJR Media Leader
Yeah.
Group. They are the most powerful and richest media in the entire Caribbean. The entire Caribbean.
Oh.
You see me? But they prioritize things where they bring that me realize with them.
Sure.
Let me tell you TVJ. TVJ buy rights for 2 World Cup straight. After the 2 World Cup done, like how they in 2014 and 2018, after they in 2 World Cup they done, they never buy the rights for the next 2 again. Until so you never see TVJ buy the rights in 2030 something. That's how them go about their thing.
Hold on.
Poor from Mendy. Should I stop that? Well, the white still.
One time I see the man make the man with the
Hey, it's a different boy they will play side a cooler bally. I don't know one guy Isaac. I'm sure got one that side and rebounding.
Oh, Diallo.
Yeah, man, I forgot about
Yeah, but he not play beside the ball. I left back him a play.
See how them joke thing there. In career water right down, brother.
Yeah, but you have a problem. He make a bad move from the beginning when he got PSG.
You was coming there before that. That one in there first, right?
I think so, yeah.
You know, so that man love trick people. God, man, you know, be glad man you know about that man play. Or the first one I go by and that man ball them more than half of them flapping on break. I don't realize that. More than half of that man.
ball to flap for sure, man.
More than half of them flap. Them trick no people, brother. You can't buy it. So if I got 4 times, don't speak of them.
My boy, they look like he not gonna flap till he come back to him farm. That's why I have faith in Sancho. Goodagan. Remember so when Goodagan got City, you know, he was a performer the first time.
No,
but I said inches that play giving
yeah,
a brother.
injuries did affect him, yes.
And then that play wrong.
Perform.
CD.
Eh?
You can't use Gunnagan a CD in a EPA. They will lose somebody. That's why I use it.
Lewandowski perform from when he left it still.
Lewandowski can play good.
Huh?
But in have the same problem as usual. He's not a person with a clutch or a killer instinct to make you win big matches. When you really have that.
Yes.
Nah,
When you're back against the wall, you can't cope on Lewandowski.
He's one of the best striker for the last 10 years. Easily top
Outside a
3.
big game. I'm also outside a big game.
No man,
Don't agree with that still. How much big game you see him flapping?
Coach player still, you know.
It's only you're back against the wall. I can't. Yo, brother, I don't know if I Christy them spoil me or missing spoil. It really matters them when I come up in every day and come gear something, you know. Don't ask you know that.
Yeah, but come on, Robbie. You talk about 2 aliens.
Yeah, I talk about two players out of the
Zidane then. When Zidane matters,
who
Zidane
can
turn up.
be considered to the greatest of all times.
Once Zidane carried 2006 World Cup, Zidane really, in some sense, carried France. But nobody went to France go so far. Nobody. Even when they play France, and they
The
Lou and say,
2006
oh,
World Cup
France.
with Zidane, yeah, Zidane did bring France for sure. I not tell him, I have to agree with you that still. The man boss midfield gets Spain, Brazil straight up to the finals. Remember that Spain match in the second round? The man would have killed Spain with ball.
Yeah. So when like Jimmy White the man madman at Tembo Zidane overrated.
That's why I say they can't watch stats too, because Zidane, if you watch stats, it look like Zidane don't have the best stats, but trust me.
And that's what I try to show them the stats with him because Inzaghi no better than Del Piero. Because Inzaghi no better than Del Piero. And stats what you say Inzaghi better than Del Piero with a madness.
Let me know say Jimmy them try if you say Sidney better than Zidane, Iniesta. And yeah, Iniesta them.
I saw them going on.
The stats are gonna show us that Iniesta look better, but watch both of them and I've never seen a player dominate football like Zidane midfield.
Yeah, but then again, I like the Iniesta and Xavi them stats impressive in terms of goal scoring assists.
No, not goal
scoring. Them and they play.
They might look on the position and keeping the ball, but Zidane just can't take a game. Just when a player can just take one game by themselves.
The boring half done.
Yeah, done I know.
Much boring, brother.
The year that England in the 2014 World Cup just dominate England, so that was Zidane.
Yo, when I show back no? Me and team on this no? But then come to us, so let's think some of them man.
Yeah.
I guess some excuses some of them man.
Halftime analysis. So what do you think about the halftime and Robbie?
Match pretty much dead, but as in Senegal get some chance which should take better chance of. And Netherlands can't repress. Maybe second half will be different. Some changes and so forth, but I don't see them really checking.
Would I like to make it second half? It's going to make changes.
Van
Gaal will make changes, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Either a formation change or it's going to make a couple players change. That's all.
Your boy that in Arabic.
But nobody never say in this big baller. Them house them foolish here that beauty said in a big baller. Really? Can't you chat? Yo, I know that. Them come like idiot. Senegal need to have need to have that's true. I think them counter them is too slow. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I think them counter is too slow. That's true. I think them
to be honest though, both of them team are lack cutting edge in the final third. Both of them too tentative.
Yeah. Then very tentative.
I feel like me need to watch with him there.
So you see the match stats halftime, the match stats. Senegal 46% of the ball, Netherlands 54%, Senegal 6 shots, 1 on target, Netherlands 5, none on target, 3 corners each.
So pretty much that really the stats actually came back over so the match pretty much
yeah.
Match pretty much
so basically Winston White.
Same Jimmy, brother.
Yeah, me know say Jimmy, man. Yeah, Jimmy Robbie that say he needs to have better ball than Zidane.
Yo, remember now, I never tell a man say Iniesta not good. So him can always chat to him and chat. Him try use some psychology rubbish.
Iniesta can Spain greatest player.
You see, this what Devin says, so I agree with. And say I don't think the counter is too slow because me think them counters are quick. Just that they only have 1 or 2 person of them on the counter attack. Then don't have no supporting cast.
That means when them counter, they don't counter numbers then.
That is it. Because most time when them counter is either Diata or Sarah alone. It's just both of them up there. So the striker is nowhere to be seen and the defenders are nowhere to be seen.
Alright, they go back to one year again with Diata. Him can be a man who lead no counter attack. I don't can carry no much more than try score now and then.
Yeah, but you have Senegal problem. Senegal have too much on him, brother. Too much work as midfielders. They need a creator.
Yeah, but who you going to use. Because I care everything about a Senegal player that is great.
Mane is a big loss for them though. Senegal.
Big lad.
Because Rabbit,
Yeah,
think
you
about it,
can
Rabbit.
kind of throw off the team a bit. You can't actually see it in the forward line and how them attack.
You see if you think about it, you look at the midfield. Chico Koyate. Remember the one point at Palace now. Central defense man they are playing brother.
Centre back too.
Yeah, they MS central defense centre back.
Mm-hmm. So,
Brother,
yeah, you're right.
that much a boring bad.
What play next match?
USA Wales. That's a game I think I watch.
Wales are gonna win. What's Bill and them? What's Bill and them today?
You can take off goals though.
Watch
Watch
Bill and them. Get Bill and shame them what you do.
I haven't seen Gareth Bale play for a long time.
When them people are put on the poll for the people on TV and analysts is very poor. Stephen can do better with the analyst panel. That me can cost them for now. And the call him can analyst nothing, brother.
Big up yourself, Patches. So boy Patches the panelist, Josh. Yes, your boy Patches the analyst.
But Patches was supposed to host some shows. See, we have Mr. Ham back in the building.
It's a bigger than everything with the panelist.
Yeah, Mr.
Come on, talk the whole half, man. It's boring half.
Yeah, what do you make of that first half?
Senegal actually matched up with the Netherlands. The thing about it, guys, and I think you probably will all agree. You see, with the back three where Van Gaal using, the centre backs have to be comfortable in position, able to move the ball, and especially with Delete down the right hand side, you find that he's basically just there as a defender, not progressing the ball, and surprisingly, Senegal has had just as much of the play as, because we look at the stats, I think 54 to 46 possession. Right. The passes, I think the Netherlands probably make about 25 more passes than them.
24.
Passing accuracy is basically same at 84. So you find that they basically cancel each other out, and I don't think they needed 3 centre backs in this particular game, or those 3 centre backs, because
and it's made a big point about Delete towards Ham. You said Delete is known as a player that progressed the ball, right? That type of player, but you're not seeing that in this game.
You're not seeing it, and look cumbersome when isolated 1v1, struggling to stay with Diatta and also Ismail Assar.
So you think that Van Gaal probably would have to change the formation or make 1 or 2 changes?
Probably not the formation, but probably in terms of how they set up, because they're setting up like they're playing against a team that is going to be the protagonist. And while Senegal has had a good first half, I still think the Netherlands shot themselves in the foot by the personnel, but as I said, Delete has the ability to progress the ball, but
he has
for some reason or the other, it just look decidedly uncomfortable and cumbersome today. In terms of options from the bench, it's not like he's filled with options. Let's not fool ourselves. Probably wildcard Xavi Simons. Who are you going to throw up there?
I think this game is kind of a cook minus though.
Yeah, because the thing is, in midfield, you need somebody to control the tempo, and give somebody like Frankie De Jong the license to bomb forward. Because when De Jong actually break the lines, you realize that's when they look the most dangerous. Although he really should have scored, or at least had a shot on target. Because when under counter attack, he walk the ball into the goal like a scrimmage play.
That's true, and he can score it from there, so I don't know why.
Precisely, like all the hard work was done. Just get a shot off. You never know what will happen.
I think I see somebody commented. I think in our WhatsApp group. I think Vinny or Ryan said too much Barca there in a Frankie say I try walk the ball in the net. Better just take the shot.
well, it's the same thing that happens at Ajax. So Ajax and also Barcelona. The whole idea
The whole
passing the
idea
ball.
of where it
Yeah,
come
like you
from.
want to walk the ball into the back of the net. But really and truly, Senegal has had a good first half. I think they'll take a lot of heart from the first half display. I think Aliou Cisse will be very very happy with their showing so far because I didn't expect them to show up this well. Granted, the Netherlands have disappointed, but I think but when I look at the options that Senegal has at their disposal, I think probably like a Nico Jackson
Yeah.
or a Bamba Dieng. I think they can come in and change the game running because they have the ability as opposed to a bull idea where they can run with the ball. They are good 1v1 players. They are options, or you could probably change one of the two white players. The white players have looked quite lively.
Yeah, they have live. What?
Or you could go for the wild card option from Sheffield United, Iliman Ndiaye.
Well. I was looking in terms of like the pecking order. I think Cisse going pull rank. So I think Bamba Dieng is going to be the first one off the bench. Just
Yeah.
based on the fact that he has been there, he has done well for Senegal at the international level. So I think he is probably the first one. But as I said, Eli gives them another option from the bench. So they are poised to really push the Netherlands to the tilt. Robbie had said that 4-1 or 4-0 doesn't look
4-1.
doesn't look like that.
Yeah, it does look like
just
that.
yet.
For sure. If we don't know that Van Gaal
Rabbi
is
was right,
good
man.
at making changes
That one,
in second
I
half.
think
I see Jimmy White in the comment section say earlier on that both teams need two teams need a coach. You agree with that? I don't. Jimmy
I
White seems
wouldn't
like it doesn't rate Van Gaal.
I wouldn't say especially Senegal needs a coach. I think they are well coached. I think they are playing within their limitations. When I look at the midfielders, we know them. Checo Koyate, we see them week in week out, right? Idris Agana Gueye and Mendy. They are hard workers. Yes, they do the simple things. They are not ball players. Well, Idris Agana Gueye has that in his locker, but that's not what he made his name at Everton for in his initial spell. So I think they are actually well coached. Remember they are missing their talismanic figure up front who can win games almost on his own without a bit of magic. So I think they are well coached. On the case of the Netherlands now, it's strange that Van Hal is saying that this is arguably a more talented group than the one in 2014. Because remember, in 2014 you had Robin, you had Van Persie, you had Snyder, you had people like that ilk. You understand? Those were serial match winners all on their own, as opposed to this group that you struggle to see without the pie, especially up front. Gakpo has talent, but he's still coming of age at this level. So I dare say I wouldn't say they both need coaches because they have been successful thus far with the coaches who are in place.
I
All right.
think the
And I think
game.
yes, I think
I think the game they need fight. They need the fight. They need the fight. No matter the battlefield of the sport, they need the fight. They fight naturally. They never go again. I've watching many games with Bengal. The fight is the main the ball fight. And if you get the fight into the squad, runs the battlefield. Like no, they want to no.
Yeah, it's so
That's
low.
my ability to dribble to and so forth and create. I need him battlefield. And who them out
Although that's a very good option. Levan had thrown out. Coop Miners could come in for Matthias Delit in a game of this nature because I don't
that
think
is
they
what I was
need
thinking.
I don't think they need three centre backs to combat the threat of a bull idea. And I think in midfield then you would give the likes of Burgers and also obviously Frankie De Jong more license to play high up the pitch because Koopman, as we know, is disciplined and he's also able to make progressive passes through the lines with that brilliant left foot of his.
Mr. Host,
And then again, if you look at it though, Gakpo's also been underused because if you realize it's
Precisely.
mostly out on the right hand side.
Precisely. And then with that tweak information, then you would have Gakpo playing
On the left.
on the left where he's far more comfortable. For long periods, he was also tasked with playing in midfield, which you know is not. Yes, he's an adaptable player, versatile, and can play in many positions. But you wouldn't expect to see Cody Gakpo in a game of this nature being deployed in midfield for so long in that first half.
And they just show a comparison where between Gakpo and Sar, and they're showing basically that Sar's stats in the first half is much better in terms
Sar's
of
been
the distance covered, completed passes. He has done much better than Gakpo.
And when you look at his heat map, guys, you'll see that Sar has had more touches in what you'd consider to be the danger zones as opposed to Gakpo, who, as Levon rightfully mentioned, spending long spells on the right and also in midfield, almost like as a third midfielder, as opposed to playing closer to Vincent Janssen that we had expected.
Levon, your background, there's some winner sound in your background.
Sure.
Yeah, it good now.
All right.
Yeah, so the second half is about to restart, guys. So
I think Sa is pretty much still right. Give me a better club developing technical.
Liverpool would have suited him.
Does Klopp help anybody technical ability?
Come on, bro. He has improved quite a lot of average bug players. Don't do it.
No. Listen.
Look at Genie Wijnaldum. But you said that Genie Wijnaldum was
It was our technical.
Come on, bro. Genie Wijnaldum at Newcastle was basically just average.
Yeah, but Levon, to be fair to Genie Wijnaldum, I know we're going to watch the second half, but Wijnaldum at PSV didn't look the player who turned up at Newcastle. Yes, we know it's a different level in terms of the standard of play, but in terms of the sheer technical ability, I don't think Wijnaldum, but I don't think Wijnaldum's technical ability was as bad as Levon is making it out to be. But on the case of Sar, my issue with him, guys, is separate apart from what Demo always says. Because Demo says Usain Bolt in football boots. He's a horrible footballer.
But guess what happened? Whenever Star is near to the box of the ball, right? It seems unsure of what to do.
Precisely. He's one of those players. He's one of those players, Josh, is it, that plays best off instinct. When he has too much time on his hands, his mind becomes clouded.
Yes,
he's almost like a Theo Walcott. So when they give them open space in transition, they can hurt you. But in close spaces, when he has to make the right decision, he has to slow the game down. I think that's his issue. Almost like an Adama Traore, not as bad as Adama Traore, mind you, but similar players in transition. On the counter attack, they can hurt you with their verticality. But in terms of in terms of when he has to play, I know I think Alan Maxima is a step up on Ismail Assar. But yes, I take the comparison because they're similar type players in terms of when they have to think.
They don't really know what to do.
Yes, they seem
basically
like they
have a problem with decision making.
Precisely. That's his issue because Ismail Assar has long been touted as one of the big things coming from Africa for many years, and we are waiting. He is no longer a young player, and he hasn't shown the level of improvement that we had expected.
Here we go again.
Meet them players that take the ball, take time with the ball and end up passing for pass.
This game is pretty boring though. Boring game.
Really, hombre? Really? I can't win the ball. If me mention a name about Arab Chara, who's player that?
Adama.
When name? Who started playing?
Alman.
Oh, there's something is a pitching field that Kimber somebody or something. I put a bad bill library. I tell them I show.
Good.
I better when I talk, but I look better they were playing. We used to play ball. I think we retired, right?
You know what?
We retired, right?
Rabbi, where? Man still a player, brother.
That better than good as a footballer, brother. But they got you, brother.
You remember I got Barcelona start on but
Barcelona is that well above to my team in La Liga, what they expect. And me can't go Barcelona, no. What do you?
but you're not good. Yeah, scrub.
Exactly. That's for sure, you know, good. And me got Barcelona good. So I have Cherry no good.
Come on, Senegal, score the first goal.
Come on, get bet Panama chair and feel and score for us, you know, say,
He's trying to say if Senegal score, right, it is going to draw the Netherlands.
Robbie seems worried, guys. Well, I guess because he had tipped them to make a very long run in the tournament. Remember that he has them as his second favorite, so he seems a bit perturbed.
Me man, Robbie worried right now.
So they came in as probably Europe's most informed team.
All right, Gakpo. All right, ball.
With good form behind them.
Yeah, with very good form behind. They were beating up even some of the top sides in Europe. So they had the form behind them.
I wonder if this was coming to if God for really important then, right?
Is Belgium and beat them around August, September?
Yes.
Yeah, they beat up quite a few sides, man.
They beat up Belgium easily. They were very good.
All right.
No five then they scored from Belgium.
I think I want scoreline close to that, but I know I watched that game, but they were very dominant. Not just the scoreline, they were all over Belgium.
Like a rush.
The man that did
right?
So I was saying that they were like the dark horse coming into the tournament.
Dakar's not play until around tomorrow or the day after.
Denmark attack.
What do you mean, man?
Yeah.
Denmark is a team, fam.
Denmark is better than you are going,
Yeah. Rabbi, the man shoot off again, Rabbi.
In case I want to try that. I want to find them that. Yeah, but I give my signature.
Come on, man. Game is too boring, man. Can't be said the Netherlands are play support because our Koulibaly not good right now. They managed to run at Koulibaly.
Was a Captain Koulibaly.
Yeah, but Koulibaly not good right now.
Hasn't been good for quite some time.
Yeah, for quite some time.
Dogged with injuries and all. Because remember, guys, remember that Koulibaly was touted for a move from Naples for many, many years, and for some reason or the other, remained at Napoli. I think he has definitely lost a step.
He was slated to even go to Manchester United as well. One of the time.
Yep. He was linked with everybody. He was linked with Man City for a while. He was linked to basically.
Koulibaly went to England only. That's the thing.
Yes, but that's the point, Robbie. That the fact that it took so many years for that move to actually go through. It shows that the hype had cooled around him because
yeah, but we tell Chelsea fans
that is because a lot of person mention is a problem with black defenders, right? In terms of they're normally injury prone, mostly. I don't really see the correlation.
Didn't hear that, Josh.
Yeah, I was saying, do you think that's a problem with black defenders? They're normally injury prone. I really don't see the correlation.
If I think that's a problem with whom?
Black defenders because of their physique.
I don't. I wouldn't necessarily subscribe to that notion. I think some players have just bad luck with injuries because there are some players who go into innocuous challenges and then they come out injured, and then the injuries just seem to just keep on troubling them. So I wouldn't put it down to the color of the centre backs.
No, they made a correlation like I think a few years ago, some science thing that the black attackers, like players, they tend to be more fit in terms of not having a lot of injuries like the black defenders.
Mm-hmm.
Right, for teams. So they say normally black attackers are more normally to do much better in terms of fitness wise. So I'm not sure. Not put it down to color, but just
it should be interesting to see the sample size that was used to collect that data though.
But talking about Africa team and black people, I think Morocco have a good team.
Everybody. That is one of the sample size.
Morocco has a good team. They're very dangerous.
And then they just play like regular Africa.
My history with Morocco though, it's a lack of cutting edge. Pretty
technical.
there. I don't trust Enesri to score the goals.
But don't remember, they was playing without Hakimi a long time. Hakimi long time. Probably we can't put it in.
Can't hear you, Robbie.
Robbie gone down. Low.
I'll leave on for
Dumfries can come off of the field now. Dumfries can give him Kang a run right now.
Yep.
No creativity whatsoever.
Yes, down the right hand side, the Netherlands look decidedly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I see the same thing we've been at, but look there again. Jack put down the right hand side. Oh, that makes sense. Van Gaal a real madman.
But I think this is one I think with Van Gaal is he always like to experiment from not just now, from ever since. Sometimes it works for him, sometimes it doesn't. But he's at time.
But the same thing like what United are doing with Rashford. Rashford good down the left hand side and playing on the right hand. The see England do the same thing. Brother, man is not good on the right hand.
Yeah, they
play them on the left.
One of the coaches like to experiment on players with players. Or play players out of position. And it works for him a lot of times, but sometimes it doesn't work.
The game I finished nil still doing it.
Very good.
This is going to be a nil-all game.
Well, it has all the hallmarks of a nil-all game because both teams cancel each other out.
After we get eight goals earlier on. Which that probably look like a nil-all game to some people. But
well, never look nil-all. It kind of look like a 2 or 3 goal match, but this.
Yeah. Because if you look at even Iran formation, it's 5-4-1 them playing at the beginning.
All right, I'm wishing me that watched Qatar against Ecuador.
But you know, what I said earlier on too, right? You know, it's evidence in this game that they're missing players like Robin, Van Persie, Snyder, right? Players that can actually make a difference in the attack.
Yep, because they just look toothless in attack. let us look
those experienced players. They really look to this and attack. And I think
Yeah, Josh, but then I get to say that. Well, I try to say the only man that can do that, see him play the man out of position.
Yeah.
Gakpo can change the game and see him play out of position.
Yeah, Gakpo can change the game. For real. Because if you look at this season in Dutch League, right? Because I've been playing Dutch League, a lot of the games, Gakpo is the one that risks PSV lead in the second half, right? So even sometimes when PSV not playing well, so in the 70, 80th minute, is the one that come. It is one that probably just score 2 goals out of the blue.
Yep.
He risked them a lot in a lot. He risked PSV a lot, man, in late in the second half. So let's see if it's going to do the same thing. He's a player I actually want at United.
He's a player that will sign for United.
Right?
Ronaldo. Yeah, man, we are hearing better, man.
Yes, Robbie, you were saying something about Morocco?
I must say, Hakim Ziyech, I think he can be the cutting edge. Because I haven't played with him for a while now.
Yeah, but you see, but you see, the thing is, I think the loss, Harit is going to be a big blow, because with Harit along with Ziyech, then you would have basically 2 number 10s, right? To augment Endels in attack. And I think without him, and then Ziyech, yes, he scored in the warm-up game, but how sharp is he though at this level? Because he has been a really, really big part player for Chelsea at club level. But when you have his ability, because when you look through the team, you know, when you look at you have Hakimi and you have Mazraoui down the flanks. You have Aguerd, new signing from West Ham. Yes, hardly played because of injury, but highly rated. They spent almost 30 million on him. You have Roman Saiz, who we know from Wolverhampton Wanderers. So they have a strong group of players. It's just that you have Amrabat in midfield. You have a lot of good pieces. But my issue is that they're going to look good on the ball. They're going to create chances. They're going to have a lot of nice, intricate interplay. But I'm not sure
about the
same issues that plagued them last time around. Remember last time around, they looked very, very good until they got to the final third. But then they weren't able to take the chances, and they eventually didn't come out of the group. But they did play quite well for long stretches in that very, very tough group that they were placed in Russia.
And I agree with you, Ham. And I think in the qualifiers, right? They are normally a team that plays for attack. You don't really see from the scores. They score a lot of goals.
And the thing about it, Josh, is that
it's like a 1-0 or 2-0 win.
Harit is the type of player who is able to create chances, but he's also able to take chances. And he was arguably the most informed attacking player. He did very, very well at Marseille, but tragically went down with a serious injury on the eve of the World Cup.
And I'm going with the wild card.
No one mentioned about him, but that's a big loss for them.
And then you have people like Abdi on the bench. Abdi, we saw him at Barcelona early last season.
Big change.
Yeah, but as I already mentioned, right? Yes. You have Abdi, yes, but I think the player that Morocco should probably utilize more is Abukal.
Well,
that is a Toulon.
Big talent. Poised for a big move. They have a lot of interesting pieces. There's Buffal, who we know. It's quite.
He has been good at angers.
That they bring Belhanda this time around because Belhanda has had his run-ins with authority, but honestly still able to win games such as his talent and able to pull the strings in midfield as well. So they have a lot of good pieces, guys. They've always had good pieces at these tournaments, but they usually flatter to deceive because they usually are without a cutting edge in attack.
Yep. That's true. And another interesting player that I'm looking at, if he gets a chance, is the youth from Genk, Elkanos.
Yep. not a good,
Like
not a. You see, as a matter of fact, I would venture to say of all the African teams, they are far and away the most technically adroit group there. They are gifted. North Africans, whether they are Algerians, Moroccans, or Egyptians, they usually have that technical ability, which is higher than their compatriots in West Africa. So like Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, they will give you Ivory Coast. They will give you the physicality and the running ability. But in terms of technical ability, I think the Moroccans they edge that. But still have my issues with them in terms of putting the ball in the back of the net. They are without a clinical strike, and I think that's going to be their issue coming out of this group.
Ivory Coast
Yeah,
had
because-
that some years ago, though. Ivory Coast had that some years ago. Those technical players that remember that starts for the team, but then they didn't really do it.
Technically, when you say they had them, who are these technical players that they had?
It's what 2010?
Yeah, boy.
I'm trying to remember if it's around that time, that side. With
2006.
It's 2006, right? With Drogba.
Yeah, but those players were.
Again.
Yeah, but come on, Josh. Those players are not known for their technical ability. As a matter of fact, I would dare say,
they weren't one of those teams that played fast, quick balls, though. They weren't like athletic. They tried to play the ball, actually.
Solomon Kalu's older brother, Bonaventure Kalu, who I think that World Cup came a World Cup too late for us to really see his talent. He was arguably their most technically gifted player at the time. But yes, I share what you say in terms of how they wanted to play, but I'm just comparing in terms of individual.
You're saying?
Because even Ghana in 2006 they tried to play the ball on the
right. Yeah, they tried to play the ball like it did work. They had trying to do that, but it just never worked out.
And to be fair to the Ivory Coast, they were in a difficult group.
They were the group.
Yep. They were in the group of it. They were in the group with Serbia, with Argentina, and the Netherlands. In 2006, that was a very, very difficult group.
They have Yaya Toure in that midfield as well.
But Josh, in 2006, Yaya Toure was still coming of age. It wasn't the Yaya Toure who we enjoyed for so many years.
At City, he was young at that time.
Yep, it was young and a bit raw.
But as you rightly put it, though, Morocco problem will be putting the ball in the back of the net because, as I mentioned, Nesri, but they're scoring patches.
Yep.
And then the other guy that they have tried on multiple occasions, Abdelrazak Amdallah, they have tried him and it's the same issue. Can't score.
The thing about Nesri, he's an interesting case, guy, because when he was paired with Martin Brathwaite at Leganes, he actually scored quite a few goals. But I think on that big move and now the big expectations playing in front of such a demanding crowd at the Sanchez Pizjuan for Sevilla, I think that has caused him to not be as prolific as he used to be when he was playing.
Hey, where did they have that youth there? The boy should play for Tottenham. When they break wine and when one, we're not taking my 5 away. Yeah, man.
And he has been with the Netherlands.
But Robbie, to answer that question quickly, Steven Bergwijn has been the leading goal scorer for the Netherlands.
He has been
scores 5 goals.
I could too. Yeah, I could too. Because Netherlands is playing so crazy much chance. I could score them.
Your favorite football is coming on Bamba Dieng. That man who had one of the most interesting transfer deadline day calamity.
Watch it. Where? You don't go to the man and go turn back your ball.
Right? Yeah, I was saying I agree with you regarding the North African versus the West Central African teams, and then the South ones. All three regions seem to have different styles of play.
Not bad, you know.
Yep.
That's not bad. Well
Right.
done,
Because if
Delay.
you look at the Southern region, like South Africa, those teams they tend to play like Jamaica.
All right. Wow, good try, boy.
So true.
Right. While the Western African nations tend to be more it's in terms of athleticism and how they play the ball on the wings.
But you know what? Man, them I cut left on the scene and a big up on yourself.
Yeah, man, big up yourself.
All right.
So I agree with you on that. I realize that there are three styles of play, and it depends on the region in Africa.
Yeah. Why not talk about Ghana? No rate Ghana.
We talked about Ghana with the other night in the group stage. We didn't even talk about their team and posted it. Right? It's just that Ghana did not came into this World Cup as the likeliest African team to really do well. It was Senegal. That a lot of persons had hopes on, and Morocco.
Ghana has good pieces, mind you,
Yeah,
but I think they're still far too reliant on Andre Ayew and Jordan Ayew. I think the young guns need to step up. Isako, big horse, I spoke about him on the show. 18 years old. There's Suleiman, who is also another big talent. You know what you're going to get from Thomas Partey. Kudos has been doing well for Ajax, so they have good pieces. The issue is that they need to score their chances, because you don't fancy that defense to stand up and not concede in these games.
Yeah.
What me care about turn on the people in offer. When me NKT. In can't make England side, I'm not going my way point. Why never go Ghana go play?
Him and the other player went with the other one name.
Oh, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
They're not going to play for England. Are they stupid or something?
The Ghana really did want him. Callum Hudson-Odoi even met with the Ghanaian president. President of the country, and the president of the country wanted him to play for Ghana.
But the thing about it, guys, it should be interesting to see how Inaki Williams gets on, because we know he will be a threat in behind in terms of his pace. He's not the most prolific at the best of times for Bilbao, but he offers another dimension. Late arrival, so we're not sure how well he has blended in with the team. But in terms of options, I think he gives them another option in attack.
Yeah, man.
We got to Lamptey get them, take the call up and go and do.
Yeah, Lamptey, get the call up.
Hey, talking about that.
Lamptey just in his breakthrough season was doing well up until that injury.
Yes, he was.
Was very, very good. Everybody was like creating waves over him, but then the injury came about and that just kind of set him back.
Yeah, talk about that though. I think shit, I'm gonna to me that shit. Oh yeah. Nico Williams. I think he might be a very good player for Spain though, because he offers something
he offers something different, as you rightfully mentioned. And Spain likes to bring on that wild card. Because you know what you're gonna get from the other players, but in Nico Williams 1v1, yes, he is unpolished. He seems a bit clumsy at times, but he'll have that one moment when he will probably get at the fullback, get beyond him, and then put a threatening delivery in. We saw even in that recent Nations League game where he came off the bench and he was very instrumental in Morata's winning goal right at the death against Portugal.
Yes. And that is what I always want Pep to do. But Pep keep on have too much of the same players them. So he put on one, he could like a dimension don't really change. Too much of the same player and play the same way and so forth. It's either one better than one.
It's because the system that he employs, right? You realize that when even a player is injured, somebody he can just call upon an player and they fit right into the system. Probably that's one of the reasons why a lot of the same players. Which makes it fun.
but you can't be that way all the time.
No, but you see, the thing is, no,
But
Robbie.
he has been successful that way, though.
His
Pep has been
idea,
successful that way,
his
though.
idea is that there's plan A and then there's
Yes.
more a plan A. So there's no plan B.
What is madness? Good try, boy. I look about them put on that on the outside.
Yeah, man is yes, but he's currently the best coach.
The thing is,
We don't agree that Pep is currently the best coach.
Where best coach?
Yeah, Pep is currently the best coach.
Oh, me never hear you say that's why. No, me never disagree or agree with you. No, just never hear what you said. That's if I talk about somebody false, that doesn't mean that I rate them highly, and I think that is what a lot of people don't understand.
No, I know, right? If you criticize some of the coaches that they do things, people might think you don't rate them, but it's just a criticism.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you don't rate them, you know? But we know that when you criticize Pep, then Pep fans or Barca fans might think say you don't
Cry baby, them quite much.
Yeah, but they were gonna say you don't rate Pep. Especially Mr. White. Mr. Winston White. But this game seems to go in for a 0-0 draw, hopefully. Not for the betters out there.
Yo, one on them. When I look, I'm full by you. What would they on Netherlands bench?
Netherlands bench.
They have Luke de Jong.
Oh?
They have Luke de Jong. Luke de Jong.
Yeah, they have Luke de Jong.
I think that might have a look more different to the game.
Yeah, man, they have De Jong on the bench, they have Vegas on the bench, they have Xavi Simons on the bench. So they have options on the bench.
Yeah, man, they do have options on the bench.
No, I'm saying that if you put on De Jong, let a look. It might have something different because it's a striker and strikers move and forward moves. And like Depay, that's actually a winger playing in a false nine role. Sometimes
but to be fair, though, Depay's days as a winger have long gone, though, Robbie. Yeah, we remember him early in his career, but for his time at Lyon and even at Barcelona, he has really played as a nine. Yeah, we understand that he's not a traditional number nine. Traditional number nine. But yeah, I understand what you mean in terms of the Luke de Jong would give a focal point and a presence, a reference, while de Jong could play off him.
No,
and then you would have a Depay able to play close to Luke de Jong. So I get the point.
Yeah, striker in a way, basically.
Yeah,
I get the point.
Yeah, I understand what I'm trying to say for you. Knowing Van Gaal, he likes experiments. Who knows?
Yeah,
but I think Van Gaal's problem, though, I think he's a bit too pragmatic. Because I'm talking about this game. I'm talking about well, I wouldn't necessarily say he has always been like that. I think he has been like that in the last 10 years.
Let me be specific. In the last 10 years, because when he was at Bayern in 2010, he wasn't like that.
And and when he really made his name with that Ajax team all those years ago with a young Patrick Clive versus Edgar Davids when they won the Champions League in 1995 against all odds, that was a very, very attacking team that was expressive. But I think in the years since, I think he has gone into his shell and he has now adopted a more pragmatic approach as he gets older.
But this was something I see with, so as I'm glad I mentioned that point, right? Because it's something I see with more than one coaches all the time. Whenever they're coaching small sides in Europe, right? They normally allow, for example, especially the Ajax coaches, they normally go very attacking in Champions League. When those coaches now go to a big club, they tend to be pragmatic in their approach, right? So are you saying like Van Gaal was an example when he was at Ajax, right?
Well, but
I see it with Emery too. When Emery was very attacking with Villarreal, then he went to Arsenal, and he had a pragmatic approach to how Arsenal was.
What if Villarreal went first? It was at Sevilla, then he went to PSG, then PSG to Arsenal.
Yeah, then PSG to Arsenal, right? He tends to be pragmatic as well. But when he's coaching in the La Liga side, the smart teams, right? He let them play
You know why?
and attacking
I know
football.
why. Why? Guess why? Because those teams have the attacking ability and in the whatever to play. When you go to certain team and they will have it, you know, go force onto them, you're gonna try adapt and play to the best way you think them
But,
can do.
but even Eric Ten Hag at United too.
But
Eric Ten Hag at
I would think,
United.
I
Just the
would think the
same thing.
expectations. I'm not necessarily buying that. I understand Robbie's point, but to throw a spanner in the works, guys, I think sometimes you find that because of the
Long
added
time.
expectations, though,
Long time. Long time.
of the added
Think what I
expectations
feel.
that
Big size.
that these teams bring with them. Even players, you see, when players make certain moves, they seem inhibited and they seem like they're not expressing themselves, and they just seem like they're playing with the handbrake up, as opposed to when they were playing for smaller clubs. So I think that, because remember, when and I'm going to use like a Harry Maguire for example. When Harry Maguire was at Hull City, his expectations when he was at the KC Stadium was different from when he went to Leicester at the King Power. When he made when he went to Manchester United for that big transfer fee, the expectations are greater. So you very well could find that he was making similar mistakes at Leicester and at Hull City. But because he's playing for Man United, one of the biggest
More
clubs
the focus
in
is
Europe,
more on him.
the focus is on him. So I think
And
it's
then
the
the
same
transfer
thing.
fee too. It
The
plays a big
transfer
part.
fee, the
Good point.
expectations, all of these factors. So sometimes you find that the managers, they tend to have a more pragmatic approach because the expectations are now far greater than they
Yeah.
were. But in the case of
I'm
Van
saying
Gaal,
same thing with Eric Ten Hag, because Eric Ten Hag was very attacking with Ajax, but at
but
United, even though he's just came in though, but he tends to be a lot of conservative in
but
many things.
but the funny thing is, guys, for Van Gaal, it's quite strange because in '95, the Italian league was by far and away the strongest in Europe.
Yeah.
But you could make a case that the Dutch Eredivisie at that time was still very, 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 very strong, right? They were still churning out top quality players, and there wasn't this gap like where have the English league, the La Liga. They weren't as luxurious as they are now. So
Yeah.
I don't know the reason behind it. In terms of personnel, I could probably say that he is now seeing that he doesn't have the same type of players right across the board. Because when you look at that Ajax team, those players were unheralded, but they went on to forge brilliant careers. Some of them were at the end of their rope, like a Rijkaard and Danny Blind, who actually is Daley Blind's father.
Father,
But,
yeah.
but for the most part, that core group, Clivert, Seedorf, Davids, these were young, fresh, energetic players. Overmars, players who were on the cusp of breaking out. So he had a good mix, but the quality was right across the board. Van der Sar was in goal. So you see, it was a really, really top quality group that he had. Finidi George from Nigeria was there
Yeah,
as well.
they have a very good mix. For real.
Yeah, Harry Littmanen, who was arguably one of the best players in all of Europe.
And they went to the semis too of World Cup '98.
Yup, and they should have beat Brazil. In '94, Brazil beat them 3-2 in a cracker. I think in a round of 16, if my memory serves me right, where Branco scored. No, in the quarterfinal, Brazil beat them in '94. Branco scored a cracker later on to settle that 3-2. Bergkamp was at the peak of his powers. So the thing about it is that in those days, Van Gaal had weapons. Now, I understand the level of pragmatism in some games, but in a game of this nature, I figure that he really could have done away with that back three to start, because you would have expected Senegal to be counter-attacking, and with that added member in midfield, that the Dutch could have more control of the play.
Yeah, and once they have more control of it, it'd have been easier for the forwards probably to get more chances.
Precisely, to get more involved.
Yeah, man, that's a good point. But even though he has been pragmatic for, as I said, for the last 10 years, I would say, he has had some amount of success with them, reaching the semis in 2014. And I think he's probably saying that it works, then stuff probably can work. again.
Precisely. But you.
And based on their form, they have been in very good form.
But remember, in 2014, they had a solid solid defensive structure, and then they had Machinas, which we spoke about, and they had and the aforementioned Depay was just bursting on the scene as a flying winger, offering something different from the obvious ones that we knew about, the Snyder, the Van Persie, the Robin of this world. And the funny thing is, guys, is that when you look back at the Netherlands, quickly. At one point, they had this big argument as to who their best number 9 was. So was their depth in quality. They had Roy Mackay, who couldn't get a look in. They had Pierre van Hooijdonk. They had Van Nistelrooy. They had Patrick Kluivert. Then came Van Persie. So they always had some brilliant number 9s. Klaas and Huntelaar, who for many years was the best natural finisher the Dutch had. But he
they had a
really
history
get
for
a
that
look in.
period.
And then now they have had this serious drop off in terms of quality playing as a number 9.
Yeah, they always have some very good number 9.
And even before then, you had people like Marco van Basten, the legendary frontman for the Dutch.
Why man do that, man? Why man never just go towards the goal? Force some player look where you want pile, man. Look where you want pile, man. Look where you want pile, man.
1-0. Finally. And that's a good goal, though.
Oh, that good ball.
No, he's tapped on the rise.
One, it's the goal and score. Goal and score now. I'll go like a look with score now.
Yeah, break up.
A look type of goal. You hear me?
Oh, Luke, there.
Yeah, I'll go like that thing with that score now.
Yeah, man, he's that type of player.
Yeah, so. Well, let me score. Oh. Let me hear it.
Oh, make the pass there. Frankie?
Not sure though.
Make a beautiful pass.
Yep. Frankie with the pass.
That's a very, very good pass.
Mendy's flopping. Flop and can't get the ball at him. Watch him. Watch him a flop.
Has been having a horrible season.
Since them hype him up and get flop, you know? Yeah, man, weak man. Yeah, well, good goal.
This kind of hard done the Senegalese though. After them holding the lands for so long.
For so long, right?
Yeah, they must felt hard done by this if the game ends this way. Just so. Because they were playing actually good. They were even. It must feel hard done by this though. But that's the game of football.
Oh, take
it over. Yeah, I'll take a chance.
Dead.
And who knows, this might be Netherlands' only group match that they really struggle like this.
No? Going to play Ecuador. What the hell? We're not underrating Ecuador so much.
No, I'm not estimating Ecuador now. Because I think that the matchup between them and Senegal might be too close to call.
My boy. Yeah, we're going to keep for this, right?
Huh?
No, Herenveen. Right? No, Herenveen.
Which club?
Who's club in
Herenveen.
Oh. Where?
Oh.
Herenveen. He's actually on debut, first ever game, and he plays in the World Cup.
I play something on him.
Yep, 6 feet 8 inches. Not hurt.
Oh, that's how it's pronounced. That word? Is Herenveen or Herenveen?
Herenveen.
Okay. I was wondering about the pronunciation.
But the thing about it, Josh and Robbie, he's almost like a journeyman because he has had quite a number of clubs, about 5 or 6 clubs. Started with at Herenveen. Back about 28.
Okay. One on there. The keeper. Napoli keeper. Which one come from?
Italy. Merit.
Merit.
As a matter of fact,
you're right.
there are some.
is
As
38.
a matter of fact, guys, Merit is seen as a very good competitor for Donnarumma. They are almost the same age. Merit is 23, and Merit has been very consistent. As a matter of fact, Merit has long been highly touted, but initially struggled with the big expectation. Ospina used to be the preferred choice, but Merit now is unquestionable number one at Naples. And as I mentioned, Robbie, very good goalkeeper with a huge upside.
Oh, yeah, too. And Irvine is 8. They're 8 in the Dutch league.
8 in the Dutch league.
Yeah, so they're doing actually well. They're close to because of the teams in front of them only by 1 point. 2 of the teams. So they're doing well this season.
What next game? I say Wales and America.
Wales and the USA. Yeah. Sometimes Van Gaal always have the look there. Sometimes like he's very serious.
Yep.
He always have that serious look there.
But guys, and Robbie, you will remember this. If you remember the goal that Rafinha scored recently for Barcelona, similar type goal, making the run from deep, and Frankie de Jong was the architect in both.
Yes, I mean, I talk about Nappert. The same Nappert you I talk about. Say I almost quit football 2 years ago to become a policeman.
Precisely, because remember, when he made his debut when he was around 17, and he was highly touted, and then those team like him almost drop off the radar. But many times, guys, sometimes the lack of form of players is not just down to footballing issues, but there are personal issues that we don't know about being so far away.
Yes. And I'm glad you mentioned that because Robbie keep on meet this player. He's having some personal issues, Robbie.
Sancho.
Sancho is having he made a post the other day on Instagram.
Robbie, a connection gone again.
The thing about it, guys, as it relates to Sancho, it's an interesting case because Sancho is not a lack of talent. Nobody can convince me. But when you look at him, he just doesn't seem a player who is happy. And Sancho's type of player who he is a flamboyant player at best. And I spoke about this earlier, about players playing with the handbrake up. And he's definitely playing the handbrake up. When he was at Dortmund, this was a player who looked like he was enjoying his game, looked happy, looked vibrant, and was just electric. No, he seems one piece, seems devoid of ideas, no confidence. You hardly find Sancho taking on his opponent 1v1. And that's what Sancho made his name for, being a player who is dynamic 1v1, very good dribbler, able to create and score in similar vein. And
yeah, he was seen as England's most talented player, and he's not at the
Precisely.
The most talented player once.
As a matter of fact, if you remember, and I know it's under 17 level, but remember they are playing against under 17s across the world. Remember when England won that? Remember that
under 17 World Cup against he was at Dortmund at the time, and then he had to leave the group stage and go home.
And Dortmund wanted him back. Such was his standing at Signal Iduna Park. So he's a player who still has time on his hands, but he needs to sort out whatever issues he's having, because I think he's too talented a player to just fall by the wayside like that.
Yeah, too talented of a player. And he's one of the best talents I see England produce in a long time.
Precisely. Because the thing about it is that with other English talents, you probably saw aspects of the game that you figured they need to work on. When Sancho was in form and playing well, seemed like he had it all. Able to score, able to create, dynamic player who could always pull something out. Did it in the Champions League. You understand? So
And he's clinical, all of these. It's like he was like the complete package. Because if you look at Rashford, then you realize that there are things that he needs to work on.
There needs to work on,
all
yes.
of them, you realize that there are things about which Sancho now, you're wondering what he needs to work on. He was just complete.
Yep, and even in his first couple of games for the Three Lions looked like he was the part, but
yeah, it looked really good.
Really good, but there are obviously issues that are affecting him because
he deleted all of his Instagram pictures the other day and make a post regarding family issues he has been having for a long time. So I don't know what type of family issues, but he deleted all his pictures.
And I'm going to mention another player, guys, Mohamed Iataren, who was touted as arguably the most talented Dutch player of his generation. Iataren.
When was year that come around? A long time ago, right?
Nah, man. Iataren is probably about 21 now, and he has fallen by the wayside. Well, all right. So he was at PSV when Daniel Malen was scoring all those goals for PSV. Iataren was basically the man supplying all the bullets. He is of Moroccan and he has Moroccan ancestry. So it was this big tussle between Morocco and the Netherlands to see who he play for, right? Very, very, very talented. But then his father passed away, and they're saying that his father was the only person who really meant much to him. And then he took it so hard. He was signed. He was signed by Juventus. They sent him on loan to Fiorentina. He has just really fallen by the wayside. There were reports that he was even contemplating suicide. For a period he went missing, I think, and nobody could give account for him. No, not Fiorentina. I think Genoa was where he went missing. So, but somewhere in Florence though. It's not Genoa, it's Fiorentina, but very, very talented player. Another one who seemingly has fallen by the wayside. Still very young, but
yeah, because I'm looking at his profile, right? And he's young, 20.
See, very, 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 very talented. And I get a chance to look at him.
They said he won under 17 with the 2018 UEFA European under 17.
Yep, left-footed, very, very technically gifted, wonderful left foot, brilliant 1v1.
Yeah, Sancho's still very young, so they do have time to correct those downfall years.
But the issue though is that these extenuating circumstances sometimes affect these players. So sometimes we need to cut them some slack because we don't know what is affecting them. Because everybody is built differently, guys. So some players will be able to ride out the storm, others won't. Because that's just the way of the world. People are unique, everybody's different.
Years ago was Ravel Marissa, who was
precisely
Ravel Marissa was super talented.
Yep.
In fact, Fergie says the most talented player he has ever seen through the academy, but then he had to move out. The gangs in Manchester play a big part in his.
Yep. Because Josh, there are reports that that Fergie at one night, one early morning, was called out of his sleep to go bail Ravel because he had gotten himself into some trouble when he was still a teenager. So we know the story of Ravel and how talented he was, and it's a travesty that a player of his talent really didn't live up to the billing, because it wasn't a case of a lack of ability, because we see players who were in that same group, people like Lingard, obviously Pogba come to mind, who went on to forge very successful careers, while Ravel has become the quintessential journeyman.
And Fergie was saying he was talented even more than Pogba and all of those players.
Precisely. Because they were in the same group. Rooney said the same thing. Rio Ferdinand said the same thing. So it's not something I was just
talented player they have ever seen on the ball. Right. So yesterday, Robbie. Yeah, it seems like Ham had a break in transmission, but 8 minutes of added time. We're into the last minute now, 1-0 to the Netherlands. So It
I'm
saves
saying that.
odds basically,
I'm
apart
saying
from those
that.
2 goals in the games. Huh?
What I'm saying that with the Sandra thing here, family
Mm.
issues you're saying before. I never know about the family issues part, but to be honest though, I think this whole thing with the England booing and so forth actually caused some of it. You
All
hear
you
me
think say,
right?
for me, with me, I'm not sure if that plays a big significant part, but I think Sancho need a probably new environment. It might probably will need one where
Which club you think? You think Man U really was him?
no one in answer man, not based on his potential. that they might probably give him one more season. Answer.
You know, we cannot vex Ukraine in the World Cup, you know.
Who?
Ukraine, we cannot vex Ukraine in the World Cup.
Oh, you're talking
But they
about the
want
Ukrainian player, the one that Arsenal trying to sign,
Michaela Modric.
Michaela. Yeah,
you
yeah.
instant.
His name is very, very funny.
But guys,
Come on, man, Depay.
when you look at
Who is
that group,
After bench youth.
when you look at that group, Ukraine, very talented, crop of players. Really expected them to have gone through the final stage of qualifying, but
who did they play in the final? The final qualifier games, which it was Wales.
Wales.
Yeah, Wales.
Wales. Okay.
No, Scotland
When
beat them and then Scotland beat them and then Wales and then
Nah, man,
no.
Scotland beat them in the Nations League. They beat Scotland in the playoffs, and then Wales beat them in the final.
So they had 2 British teams to play back to back.
Because when you look at the group of players that Ukraine has, they really were expected to qualify ahead of Wales. But I guess the Welsh, you know what you're going to get from them: gritty. They're going to defend, and they're going to
Right.
to take their 1 or 2 chances when they get them.
Wales
Yeah, because
will win USA today.
when you look at the players that Ukraine has, they have people like Yarmolenko, obviously Mudryk, Zinchenko, Yaremchuk. There's so many good players that they have.
And with all
Malinovsky, all of these players.
with all
Never center back community. With something of a center back community, his name Ukraine. He played for Shakhtar and him started him or something like. And he can play left back and he can play center back. He can play left center back, left back. You know what I talk, right?
Yep. Even the goalkeeper is a good young goalkeeper, Trubin. Mikalenko, we see at Everton, decent left side.
You can keep a big. In previous, I keep a magic in big.
No, I'm not talking about Looney. No, my body no Looney. I'm not talking Looney. I'm talking about Trubin, the next one. So I talk about like the group of players. Now everybody know Andre Looney. Remember Looney has been highly rated. As a matter of fact, people are wondering why he not leave Real Madrid and become a first choice keeper somewhere else. So good is he. So
my man wants them.
Michelle, I was saying that earlier on, I mentioned it earlier on that they tend to like to score late goals in second half. I did say it before.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
And not just now, they tend to do it from Van Gaal coaching them. From 2014. They were going on 1-0. That is why Levan was saying that he was hoping Senegal would score and that would draw them out.
Yep.
The Netherlands tend to be that type of team. So the game in the 2-0, so I guess the bettors are happy. Because most persons who post their bets were picking them for 2 goals, to score 2 goals and to win the game. So I guess they're happy that a lot of them that spend their money regarding Netherlands winning this game. Expected 2 late goals, but Senegal will feel hard done by all the hard work they have done throughout the game.
Yeah, but I think they can take heart. I think they can take heart. But this is my issue. I figure that they would have been competitive, and it brings us back to the whole elephant in the room, which is Sadio Mane, because we figure that they will be competitive, but in attack, they obviously
Good
are
point. Good
short in
point.
attack. Short in
Right.
attack because they don't have the nose, the creativity in attack to hurt the really big team. So they'll compete. They will be in your face. They will give a lot of effort, but I struggle to see even before the game started where they would have had the requisite cutting edge, because without Sadio Mane, that's almost 50% of the attack. Ismail
Yeah, I
Assar
agree with you.
did his bit in the first half. I spoke about they are talented, but still very unproven at this level. As a matter of fact, this is a player who, guys, was out for about 9 months with a ACL, and we know the ACL is the worst injury a player can have. Just finding his way back at Monaco. So I think this was a step too far, a bridge too far to fill the gaping hole left by Sadio Mane. So I think they will take some heart from this though, because they won't play against another team of this quality in the group. So I think they will still fancy their chances against the other two in this group.
All right. Any last comment from you, Robbie, regarding this game?
No. So there's that level improving point. They are very Netherlands have the late scoring team, and it's turned up in second half and support. But
All right.
I think
So,
Van Gaal have some local things to correct and start the pragmatic thing towards your 11. But and they are two love on a clean sheet. So congratulations.
all right. So, guys, we're going to have a show later, around 9 p.m., where we're going to look at the last game and then the 4 games for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big day in World Cup. Don't think we have ever seen where we have 4 games on one day, unless it's the last group games of the round. So tomorrow we have 4 games tomorrow: Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, Denmark versus Tunisia, Mexico versus Poland, and the last game for the day is France versus Australia. So plenty football tomorrow. We'll look at those games tonight along with reviewing the USA versus Wales games. So see you guys later tonight, Ham and Robbie
All right,
at
no
9.
problem. Yeah, man,
Yeah, man.
later.
Big up for being here. And big up to our commenters. We see you guys later at 9 p.m. Join us again. And our show was brought to you by Let's Care Medical. You can visit their offices in Mandeville as well as Montego Bay and Santa Cruz. And that's owned by Dr. Letterman, or Shaky Shakes as we know him as. So we see you guys later at 9 p.m. when we look at the last game for today, as well as previewing the games for tomorrow. And we have 4 of those games for tomorrow. So see you guys. Hopefully we can have an early watch along game with Argentina. Right? I don't know if Kish will or Michelle. You guys will wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow to watch Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. Right? We can have a watch along perhaps. See you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Big up Robbie. And Ham was here earlier.